Damn, that's a lot of messages. What's up, guys? Good to see you all. We got Blue. Whoa, Prof, an hour early. We got Blue in the house. Who's second? Connie and Share. Oh, we got Share in the house? Wait, do I have all messages on? I don't. All messages. Blue, Connie, and Share. What's going on, guys? How you doing? You guys got in early. Let me read real quick. Whoa, Prof, an hour early. Unsure if I'll be able to catch you live. Just sleep sucked last night, so fading. I'll try. Have a great live. Thanks so much, Blue. I'm not gonna use your question though until you're here. Connie, it's been a crazy day. Hope I can catch some of the stream. Connie, how's your mom doing? What's the update on that? Cher, hi HS, where are you going? What's up, Cher? Good to see you, brother. Kian. Hi, Connie, dear. Wait, can you guys hear me? Let's make sure this thing is on. Yeah, it's on. And I thought I was lame for trying to be first at 8:35. What's going on, Mark? Good to see you, brother. And you know what? I get what you're saying, man. Sometimes you need to just take a break from YouTube and like just all social media, and just I think I kind of know what happened. Uh, I did catch it, by the way, even though it was taken down. I did catch it. So I saw what occurred, um, and I know it doesn't matter to you, but I 100% agree with you. But I kind of wish you would have just mentioned it to me and said, "Hey, listen, this is what needs to be done," and I would have been okay with it. You've been here since the beginning, bro. Elizabeth from Texas, bro. Connie, good evening, Elizabeth. Connie, share. Okay, Marcus fifth. You really have a great sense of humor, Mark. He does. Happy belated Canada Day. What's up, Texas? Elizabeth from Texas. Good to have you on. Hang on one second. Right? First, I didn't shout out the people on this first stream. MST in the house was good, fam. Hello, mom. Mark, woohoo. Damn, you've been lost. Kyle, we got Kyle in the house. What's going on, Kyle? Funky Cool Medina. MST, Kyle. 15 minutes. I have enough time to talk to my cat. Take my cat for a walk. Talk to my cat for a walk. You can take my cat for a walk? All right, there you go. Do you carry a litter box behind them? My cats are private poopers. We have thunder and lightning. Oh, that sucks, Elizabeth. Kyle's gonna walk his cats in Speedo, hoping the rain doesn't look like a bird. I really wanted to mow tonight. Hopefully it dries off in the morning. I wanted the best looking yard for the 4th. Yeah, me too, man. For the 4th, I wanted to look good with the flags and stuff. I know that feeling, man. Mark, the neighbors would love that little thing strapped around me. Kyle, your yard already looks perfect. Yeah, Kyle, I could tell you have like an OCD or something, man. You're just like a neat freak. I heard today that Kyle, I was like enthusiastic to mow. Unfortunately, I don't own a Speedo. I love yard work. Yeah, but not in this heat, bro. This heat is dangerous. Kyle put it in a holster. Problem solved. My crazy mother used to edge the yard with scissors. That is pretty crazy. I should wear only a holster as a front piece. You packing, Kyle? A silly neighbor would wear old sweatbands and Walkman. The good old Walkman days. You remember that, guys? I don't think I touched the law until I was a man. You embraced the cobblestone pathway. I was born into it. Bane. Well, this was back in the 80s in Texas. All right, let me catch up real quick, guys. Little Nikki in the house. What's going on, Little Nikki? Hey, Nikki, are you JIK? Is that also you, or is that two separate people? I'm so confused with that. Sia, what's going on, Sia? How you doing, Sia? Like and subscribe. Yeah, we only got the mods in here. They already know to hit that like button. They always do it on the way in, loud and clear. What's everybody doing for the 4th? We're actually going to a friend's house. I'd rather not go, but my wife really wants to go because we have like a childhood friend. The childhood friend that actually hooked us both up is going to be there. So she lives in Canada, and she's going to be in New York for that brief period of time. So we're all going to meet up at the mutual friend's house. Elizabeth, yes, fireworks. Bob Dole, the Mexican Joker, is real. Be careful. What's going on, Bob Dole? Welcome to the live stream. Fetters in the house. Don't let anyone fade your shine. Much love, bro. Thanks a lot, Fetters. Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the live stream. JJ, please hack me. No, nobody wants to hack you here. Wrong place. But welcome to the live stream, Jay. Hey, Nikki and Sia. Hello, Mark. Little Nikki, I've seen you on, but for some reason, I heard Matt. Jesus is King is also Nikki, right? Is that two different people, or is this like your alt? I'm just not sure. Let me get a question on the board. I didn't want to use Blue's question, but she had a great question. Let me look something up real quick. But it was hot out there, man. It was scorching hot when I did the first one. I got back. The kids got home at that point, and I was like, I had to pass out just to recoup. Guys, let me know if I did this. No, I know I didn't do this question before, but I am gonna put another question later on. Percentage of knowledge being used. All right, guys, here is the first question. And just so you know, it should add to 100 when we're done. And if you didn't go to college or you didn't go to high school or whatever, I mean, just state the amount of knowledge that you actually use in the real world that you needed. It was knowledge that was helpful. Hang on one second, guys. Please hack me. Congrats, HS on the 500. Thanks a lot, Sia. Appreciate it. Thank you. Kyle, it was so hot here today. And thanks for sending everyone over, right, Sia? Like, I notice every time we get someone new and that's actually a normal person. And then when I jump on your stream and I see them there and they're a mod or they're a regular there, and I'm like, ah, oh, this is where they came from. So thanks for that. I really appreciate it, Sia. It was so hot here today, I have to put my underpants in the freezer before going out. That's not a bad idea. Trish in the house. What's going on, Trish? Kyle, Commando, like, yeah, you should try that, man. Maybe you should get Cher's outfit. You know what he wears? It's all cotton, and so you could feel the breeze when you go commando. Lincoln Osiris. Ah, you see, the kids these days listen to rap music, which gives them the brain damage. With the hippin' and the hoppin' and the boppin' and the bop, the bippin' and the boppin'. They don't know what the jazz is all about. Jazz is good music. Hi, Trish, Gone. Hi there, HS. How are you tonight? Soon I won't be doing this with you. I'm going on vacation. Where are you headed, by the way, Mark? But until then, I'm enjoying you and all the participants in the stream. I have some fun with you guys. That's awesome, Mark. How long are you going to be gone for, and where are you headed? And everyone needs a vacation at times, man. I'm glad you're taking advantage of it. You got to do these things while you can. Mark, Trish, the amount of knowledge I use from the grammar school to high school and college, more than I ever would have thought. I really, really go back and grab it. Ken Fam, hey, it's my friend's birthday. He has no friends, and I'm trying to get compilation of YouTube saying happy birthday to him. Can you say happy birthday, Gabe? There you go, right, Ken Fan? Nice try, man. But that's an old one, bro. You gotta come up with a new one. That's like right in the beginning of YouTube days. That's when I heard of that one. But yeah, just to answer the question, I'd say for me, elementary was the most important. You know, like where you learn the basic skills, you learn how to trace, and you learn how to do basic math. I'd say that's a foundation. So I'd say, shut up about school. No one cares. Let's talk about the gay bike door. Aaron, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. No, I'm still going to continue with that, but I'll give you a quick preview of the bike, right? You're a funny dude, man. Hang on one second. Let me unlock my phone. That's an RSF 650. Battery operated, maxed about 35 miles per hour. That's not that fast, but it's a cool bike. Anyway, put this back down here. Now back to what I was talking about. Let's see. I'm on my mobile. What's the question? Kyle, you can't see the question on your phone? That's weird, man. The question is percentage of knowledge used from elementary, high school, and college. It should all add up to 100. I don't see the question. That's weird that you guys don't see the question. I don't understand the question. Oh, by the way, Maria, I have something for you. Maria, this is it right here. It's called. Well, first, let me give you this phone number, Maria. You ready? Tell me if you're ready. Tell me when you have a paper and pen handy. Guys, you can mod. You can start like, kicking the people off that are annoying. I know usually like we take a step back, but anything about religion, politics, or if we get any people like, Smoothie the cat, usually I take the time to like rehab them, but I don't really have the energy for it. So if you guys want to just and no timeouts, just straight up hides. But Elizabeth, tell me if you have a paper and pen handy. I mean, not Elizabeth. Sorry, Maria. Thank you, Trish. And this one also. I'm gonna get this guy out of here. All right, that's good. I want to know why you guys can't see the question, though. Who can see the question? How about we start there? Who can see it? I know Maria can see it because she said I don't understand the question. What's up, cool girl? This day went fast. By the way, I hope when I say that you don't think I'm making fun of you or anything. I just know that you always say that, so I'd like to beat you to the punch. I see it now. Okay, Elizabeth sees it. Trish, do you see it? Can you shout out my lesbian friend who identifies as a dinosaur? Her name is Ellen Lickalotopus. See, now that's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. Almost done. I used in the real world. Stamika, only when patients I use. All right, so Mark can't see it on his tablet. Sia, can you see it? Okay, Sia can see it, and Trish can see it. All right, so I'll read the question out loud, right? And Elizabeth's the first one to answer. And Maria, I need to know if you have a paper and pen handy. So the question is percentage of knowledge used from elementary, high school, and college. And if you didn't, it should all add up to 100%, right? So you're saying basically how much knowledge you've actually used in the real world that you needed from each one of those institutions. And hang on, let me see if Maria didn't reply. What's good? Sadia in the house. Good to see you, Sadia. We got Curious Georgia. Hey, HS and everyone. Hey, Curious, how you doing today? How's your day going? I left and came back. I see it now. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so guys, try that. If you guys can't see the message, swipe up and go to the next stream, and then come back. Maybe then you'll see it. Wait, I didn't even see the answer. I learned in high school that I don't like people. And that's when you just left and you're like, all right, screw it. Let me see. I don't see that on my tablet. Almost none I use in the real world. There's got to be basics MST that you use in elementary, like tracing things, basic math. You can't say that none of that mattered. Loic Quimo and Yorkshire until the end of September. I don't understand the question. Okay. So Maria, now do you understand the question? Hi, Stamika, 501 Leland. What's going on, Leland? You changed your name now. I didn't notice that, and your profile picture. I heard you're doing music now, man. Good luck with that. Hope it's going well, and that's good, man. You got to evolve in this, right? You got to keep on trying to figure things out. I'm still trying to navigate and figure things out. Little Yummy, I learned in high school nothing. Came back to see it. Raw impact 50, 30, 20. Okay, there we go with an answer. 50, 30, and 20. Yeah, I gotta say in college was the least amount of stuff that I learned that I actually used in the real world. Elementary was crucial, I felt like, so 50 I think is great. Um, and then I would say, yeah, I'm gonna go with the same thing, 50, 30, 20 raw impact. Monkey brains. It would be really funny if you guys shaved your left eyebrow and beard. Uh, let's see. Welcome to the stream, Monkey. YouTube is acting up again. Make sure to swipe out and back in. Elementary 50, 40, and 10. Isn't that kind of crazy, guys? Like, it's the college, I gotta say, going to university, you spend the most funds for tuition. And that's the least of all of it. So basically, I felt like I did it just to add to my resume. It's kind of sad, right? Okay, Maria, you're ready. The phone number for the place is 516 977 9922. 516 977 9922. And it's called Island Plastic Surgery. And the ingredients are, I don't know, just take a screenshot of this just so that you could see it, right? It's a daily cleansing foam, whatever it is. I don't know if that's going to zoom in there. You got that? And then here's the back of it. So you could take a screenshot and look at the ingredients, see if you want it. All right, you're good, right? Let me know if you didn't get that and I'll hold it up again. Good answer, Monkey Brains, Future Me, David Blaine. What happened? What's going on, Future Me? David Blaine's I've been hearing that more often. Usually it's Jeff Goldblum. I got my house fed, showered, and in bed, baby knocked out. I'm in mommy heaven. That's awesome, MSD. Johnny Two Dicks, does education equal intelligence? No, it doesn't. Absolutely doesn't, Johnny. Woohoo, MST. You could be self-educated. No, Johnny, it doesn't. Well, we know Mark knows how to divide percentages. To decide on price for the fart yet? What's up, Miguel? I'm loving the McDonald's. Loving it like McDonald's. I guess in high school I learned more than I ever went to college. Mark, I missed you, MSN, honestly, and I'm not just... Yeah, dude, you know that already, Mark, right? You got a lot of love over here, brother. Are you Indian? Avantika. Yes, I am. I think I've met you before. I can't... yes, I do remember where I met you from. And I subbed to you. You're from the UK. And I was trying to convince you to go live, and you're like, absolutely not. I'll never go live. I can't remember where I bumped into you though. It was on somebody else's live stream. I believe you're Punjabi. I'm not sure. MST, man, not MSN. Kyle, that was a chat GPT. Sadia, FIFA is corrupted. You think so, Sadia? You think it's all rigged? Can you please go slower? Sure, hang on one second. The number is 516 977 9922. Island Plastic Surgery. And the name is called Daily Cleanse Foam. Can you please go slow? I knew it, Mark. Small PP. What's going on, man? Welcome back. AI. It's still not AI. Small PP. Yes, he is. Avon. He don't stink. I'm Indian. That's why I asked. No, that's all good, Avantika. Welcome, Jai Hind. Do you know what's more interesting than magic? What's going on, Kapil? Good to see you, man. What time is it in India right now? No, what's the answer to that, Kapil? Let's flood that phone number with bad reviews so Hardik loses his supply. Now that place is great, man. Okay, 45, 40, and 15. So once again, college got the least. So I think it's fair to say that, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, I got to see more answers just to know. Hang on, I want to write this down though. 45, 40, and 15. I said 50, 30, and 20. And there was another one, a new person in here that said 50, 30, 20. And that was raw impact, right? Raw impact. And Trish. All right. Yo, by the way, Monkey Brains, do you have your own live about God or anything like that? Indian, that's why I asked. I answered that. H Security has some signed CDs coming out. What's up, Trash Panda? How you doing? I'm actually sub to you, Trash. Well, I shouldn't call you Trash Panda. I know you just started going live. You were having some technical difficulty like the time that I joined in though. But good to see you on here. Thanks for joining in. Nomad Norse. Intelligence is something you either have or you don't. Not true. Intelligence is something that you can gain on your own. You don't necessarily need an institution to teach it to you. But you don't have it. You know, you don't come out of the womb with that knowledge. MST, I learned I don't like people around 10 years old. Hi, Curious, Maria, Georgia. Everyone loves Mark. What's going on, Matt? Matt Man in the house. Newly monetized. Man on a mission. MST, oh yeah, writing, reading, typing. I did learn. Yeah, exactly. The basics you had to learn. Bhavna Sarohi. What's going on, Bhavna? Welcome to the live stream. आप कैसे हो? सब ठीक ठाक? मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी आता है. सब समझता है, but थोड़ा सा आता है. Kapil, Liz, hello, nice to see you. Sarah, good to see you, Sarah. I definitely use lots of fundamental stuff I learned in elementary, high school. Don't use anything from undergrad and use a lot from law school. Okay. Yeah, well, law school, I feel like if you're an attorney, that I mean, that's going to be your primary, right? Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of professions. Like I did comp sci. I didn't use any of my knowledge that I learned in undergrad. Hi, Matt, Maria, Bhavni Sarohi, 643. Oh, it's 643 in India, man? It's 643? I have a cousin named Bhavna. Global depression is on the horizon. I agree, Nomad Norse. I definitely agree. Maria, okay, thank you, HS, no problem. Neelam, what's going on, Neelam? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I always join Neelam's live stream in the morning, and I just hit the like button and I get back to work. MST Matt Noah, I can't talk shit. I've learned a lot. All right, so you got to give me percentages, guys. The question is percentage of knowledge you used from elementary school, high school, and college. Now, it all should add up to 100%. And if you're in a foreign country, I know you don't have elementary, high school, and college, but it could be like, you know, I don't know, whatever you call it, but you get what the question is. Liz, when you are coming live, I'm eagerly waiting for you. Oh, that's sweet, man. Okay, Mark says 50, 40, 10. That's another one that's giving college the least. Everyone, please like and sub. And where's Matt's answer, by the way? Nomad. Elementary, 40. Okay, Kyle says 40, 10, 50 military. All right. 40, 10, and then 50 military. And that was funky. Neelam, Kapo. Namaste from India. Jai Hind, Neelam. Cool girl. Okay, I'm all caught up. Laugh my ass off. So reliable. I only speak a little. Yeah. Sarah, how did you know that? Sarah, are you Indian by any chance? I only speak a little bit, but I understand everything. That's pretty crazy that you understood that. I didn't know you were. How did you know that? 30, 30, 40. Okay, there we go. Matt. 30, 30. You know, okay, so guys, just so you know, Matt was a communications major. Now you can clearly tell that, right? When you speak to him, like you know that played a large role in his communication, right? In his speaking, so it helps with his live stream. So I think that's one of the rare cases where when he told me what he majored in, where you know, a light bulb went off and I was like, this all makes sense because he's very articulate. Just the way that he speaks, it just comes out very naturally. I have to pause and go and think about it, and he doesn't do that. Anybody want $50 to go hose my horse down for tomorrow? Dude, you got to do it, man. That poor. By the way, what's your horse's name? You never told me your horse's name. Canadian Funds. You're responsible for travel, lodging, food, series candidates only. Hi, cool girl. HS, you going to vacation this summer at all? Yes, I am, Mark. Still not sure where. The wife is looking into that though. Couple 10:45. Okay, hang on. So we have a few people that Gave college a high one. Couple, what's your major? Are you did you graduate already, or are you in college right now? I'm Pakistani but born here. Okay, got it, Sarah. Now that makes sense. So I'm in the same boat. LOL. I can barely speak Urdu, Hindi, but I okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I guess I never asked you that before. Elizabeth got it. The King Tommy. Jesus loves you. Repent. That no religious stuff, guys. No politics, and that's no disrespect to any religion, whether it's from the Bhagavad Gita or the Quran or the Bible. Any verses like that, anything like that, I just don't want it on here. I don't want to even enter that territory where somebody says something bad about another religion and then it just opens a door that I don't want open. I'm not sure. I don't know about the stuff. My teachers were lazy to really teach that much. Fair enough. Finally, some normal people on YouTube. What's up, Slime Fix? Slime Fix, welcome to the live stream. So the question is percentage of knowledge used from elementary, high school, and college, and it should all add up to 100% when you're done. So we're just trying to figure out how much knowledge you really used from each institution. Mark, I'm dead serious. I like the mini pit bike. Thanks a lot, Joshua. Appreciate it, man. That's my Razor RSF 650. I named it Mark after my favorite friend right here. It's battery operated. It goes 35 miles per hour. It's not the fastest, but it's nice. It's just nice to ride on with the kids on there. Like I take my daughters on there in the backyard, so it's pretty cool. Neelam is dancing. What is it? It's a Razor. Communications major. I thought he was a set designer for The Bachelorette. Too Wavy, double tap the screen if you're bricked up right now. What's going on, Too Wavy? Good to see you back on here again. It's funny how you come on here and you always start with the same thing. Welcome and appreciate you guys. I feel like I don't even have to remind you anymore. You guys automatically hit the live, so appreciate the love. That would be a good thumbnail. Like the live couple. I am a medical student, and here in India, you only start understanding about life in college. We have no major or minor system. It's just called UG or PG. And what is so UG is undergrad, PG is postgrad. Is that what it is? I wish I could pronounce your name. I don't know what to call you. Can I call you? I don't know what to call you. It's all in Asian, some Asian writing in Chinese or something. But I don't know why you retracted your message because I was able to read it. I just couldn't read your name. My little China girl, Too Wavy, consistent. Hit the like, y'all. HS, I did a couple of downloads tonight. Two nice songs you might enjoy. Spanish Eyes and After the Loving. Oh, I'll definitely check it out. I will check it out, Mark. Usually I always skim through your stuff though. Peekaboo to you and your kids. Catherine, what's going on, Catherine? Welcome back. Nice to have you here. Yup, and my course name is MBBS. That's like that movie, right? With Sanjay Dutt, MBBS. Couple, that's pretty cool, man. That now, how long until you're actually a physician? But now, guys, like you see all this stuff, right? Like you see all these ratings, right? Oh, you know what? Before I go through it, I do want to hear from three. I used to, I used up seventh grade math, taught myself some Python and shell scripting when I started doing civil engineering in my mid-20s, but I didn't go to school for it. Okay. So give me your rating. Like you don't have to include college, right? If you didn't go to college, you could say I learned this much from this. I'll give you an example. Funky said he gave his rating was 40, 10, and then 50 to the military. So 40 elementary, 10 middle school or junior high or high school, and then 50 from the military. So kind of give me that. Oh man, that just made me think of David Bowie's song. What, the My Little China Girl? Munna by M. Yeah, man, that was a good movie, man. Neelam, nice live. Thanks, Neelam. And guys, mods, thank you for handling business. I don't want to call you out because then they know who you are and who blocked them, and I don't want you to get on anyone's hit list. Hello, Neelam. All right, so three, while you answer that. So guys, isn't it kind of crazy? Like, look, for my kids, right, I'm still going to make sure that they go to college, right? Because it did open the doors for me, right? But when I look at the ratings over here, we have 45, Yeah. We have 40, sorry, was it 45? We have 45, 40, and 15. All right, I'm just going to read the college part, guys. 15% for one person, 20% for the next person, 10% for the next person, none for the next person because they learned from the military. This is like the final, right? So when you go to for college or university, Matt was 40% and Koppel was 45%. Now, considering their majors, right? We had Matt in communications, which was 40, understandable. Koppel, he's going to be a doctor, right? So that's 45. So that makes sense. But for majority of us, we didn't use we barely used the education that we spent the most on. Isn't that freaking crazy? Isn't that mind-boggling, guys? That's madness. That because I'm here saving up. Well, my wife and I we're saving up because we have to put 3 kids through college, which I'm still gonna do because, like I said, it opens up a lot of doors for you. It's kind of like the format that you have to go through, right? Um, but to be honest, I feel like like if I had a son, I think I would. Yeah, I can't even say that, but it's crazy that I'm conforming with it. Like I still want my kids to go through college, even though the rating is so low. But we need a reform with the education system, because a lot of us are not applying anything that we learn over there. So it's a complete waste of time. It's just to open doors for us if we're not using that knowledge. That's pretty crazy stuff, guys. That was a weird comment. Glad it got removed. Okay, so 3 says 70% elementary, 10% middle, 0% high school, 10% community college. Okay, so that once again, that was the least. So middle school and college, community college was the same. I need the experience also 35.4. Neelam, is that what you're giving me just for college? And Neelam is well educated, by the way. So that's why I'm asking, like, whether you're using that from, is that all from college? Koppel, I am 3 years of 3 years, and after this, I will prepare for the United States medical licensing exam, USMLE. After clearing the USMLE, I have to do 3 years of residency, and then I will be a physician. Dude, that's awesome, man. Congrats to you, Koppel. Keep on going, bro. I know it's stressful. My best friend in high school, he's um, what is he? I'm trying to remember where he's from. Anyway, he's Muslim, right? And we both joined the high school in Long Island together, and so he was the first friend that I made over there, and we're friends to this day. I'm 46 now. I met him when I was 16 years old, and we play tennis together. He's a cardiologist, and his brother's a cardiologist, and his dad's a general doctor, right? But dude, and I know hair plays a huge role in genetics, right? But he's always like, man, I lost my hair all because of med school, and now he's thinking about going to Turkey to go get that done. But he was stressed out. He was like, it was so stressful, but I mean, he is very happy with what he chose. Um, so props to you for going through that whole process. I always wanted to be a physician. Like I even went back thinking that, hey, you know what, I want to go back to med school. I want to go back and finish and start it and go through with it. And then I was just like, you know what, I already have something good that's going for me, which is lucrative. And I would be starting late in the game. I was 30 at that point. And but I saved up money and I was good. Like I was like, you know what, I could do it. I could go back to med school, or I could start med school right now. It's not too late. And I didn't end up going through with it. I did a semester, and then I was like, you know what, I got to go get back to work. Yeah, school is made, but I did make Dean's List. Yeah, school is made to brainwash you to worship consumerism and dumb social norms so they can control you. Exactly. Nice, easy to go. I spent $1,000 on my entire education, but that doesn't include weed. Fireworks are starting to get crazy here in my area. Yeah, I feel sorry for the dogs or the animals. The weed costs you way more. I don't really know if the percentage of education used is correct, only because education is a progressive system. So grammar school and high school and college is just one step after another. It is, but You are learning a lot of new things that you haven't learned in high school, in college. A lot of the material, yes, some of it carries over from high school to college, but not that much. They just basically, I felt like college, they filled me up with a lot of nonsense that I never really used. Matt, oh, Kyle, I'm just waiting for my neighbor. He was doing it last weekend and the animals were going nuts. Yeah, I feel sorry for your pets, man. Yes, college. Okay, so you said 34 points around that. Yeah. That's a high percentage though. So in your case, I feel like it was very beneficial. So we had three people that it was beneficial for then. Yeah, Matt, it's only to get more intense here. Hopefully my kitty doesn't hide under the bed with me. Not a complete waste of time. Working with random group of expansion of other ideas, cultures, methodology, and when I was in uni, critical thinking. All right, fair enough. Three, but I do notice that, and what I see often in people, and don't think I'm judging any of you. When I do speak to people who didn't go to college and they only went to high school, very commonly they will be very close-minded. I'm not saying you are, and if you didn't go, I'm just saying if you have a conversation with a lot of people, and majority of them, if they didn't have that critical thinking phase where they had to be open-minded and had to they had to actually think and be accepting to ideas, they're very close-minded. Do you agree or disagree with that? I haven't seen my friends from high school for years. Have you seen those hair transplants that got rejected in Turkey? No, I haven't seen the rejected ones, but I've seen a lot of. I know someone very close to me who got a hair transplant. Dude looks like a new man, and he's happy as heck, man. Kyle, LOL. Yeah, Harry was tripping. Piero was as well the most. Hello, handsome. I'm back. What's up, Karen? Welcome back. Good to see you. Karen, I don't know if you could see the question on the screen, but basically we're asking the percentage of knowledge used from elementary, high school, and college, and it should all add up to 100%. We're just trying to figure out how useful college is, basically. And in some cases, like if you're a lawyer or if you're a doctor, or in this case, we had someone who's in communications, or someone, I don't know what Neelam's is, but basically there is a lot of people that actually utilized college, like it was very helpful for them. You want to be a gynecologist? I wouldn't have minded at some point, but not a gynecologist necessarily. I really wanted to be either a neurologist, but I definitely feel like my calling was in the medical field. Fire V, like I feel like that's what I was designed for, but I missed that window. Three, a fancy college in Northeast costs 90K a year, so 360K for 4 years of your eldest. Who knows what it will be like for younger two and 15. I know, man. And that's what I'm worried about, man. Like I've saved enough for my eldest daughter, but the other two I'm still working on, man. Fire, none you use in life. No, that's debatable, right? I mean, but Fire, you didn't give me your percentages, man. I actually got an old friend from high school that I stayed really close with for many years after. He said he will come to my next evening stream. I want him to see it because I always think people think. I'm full of it, and I know in the real world. Yeah, dude, no, they're gonna be surprised, bro. I wanted to be a psychiatrist and a counselor to help others, but not smart enough to get into college. Well, I mean, you can't say that you're not smart enough, right? You could do anything that you put your mind to. Um, Maybe at that point, like, our mind is tough to control, right? I always talk about that. I try to think of the mind as separate from us because it makes us think things that we don't necessarily, that kind of hinders us at times. So even like getting on live stream, starting that, or sometimes you think you can't do something, or you think that people are talking about you, or people are laughing at you, or you think something's going to be too difficult, and you're not worthy of something, or all these thoughts that go through your mind, and you have to kind of control it, like it's a separate entity. But yeah, Maria, I think you could have done it. I know I could have been a physician if I would have applied myself, if I would have started earlier in life. Mark Musar, well, HS, I'm sure you're 100% correct about your personal education. Some people fail college, so they don't get anything, but some people do very, very well and and really retain more. 100%. I agree with that, Mark. Any tips on changing spark plugs? Yeah, you need that spark plug removal tool, bro. And make sure the gap is correct. You have the correct gappage. Um, and I think that's about it, bro. Are you changing? And you're changing all of them at one shot, right? And new cables too. When I say 50% learned and used from the military, that also encompasses life, world experience, common sense, and learning reality. Okay, got it. Thanks for clarifying that. Well, you're kind of in the medical field, HS. You're a proctologist dealing with us assholes. Riley Rucker. Other than fundamentals, I haven't used anything from grade school. But being in the trades, I wish they would have taught more financial stuff, mortgage advice, budgeting, etc. Riley, I absolutely agree with that. Like there needs to be a reform of the education system where I think that you should have the option that instead of the traditional stuff that we're taught in college, you're given the opportunity to go towards trades, and like where or you could be like, hey, listen, you know what, I want to sign up to learn more about the real world finances and real life mortgage advice, budgeting, and all that stuff. Like those are key things that people were not armed with, and that are adults now, and they suck at it because they were never taught this. So even when you go into the real world, you get your first job, you make decent money, you don't even know what the hell to do with it. So you make poor decisions. It sets you back. Somebody else who was fortunate enough to have that knowledge passed down to them either by a family member, which it usually is, or a friend or whatever, but they pass that knowledge down to somebody. They're the one that benefits, right? And that comes back to one point, which is not really related, but your friends, who you hang out with, it really makes you, right? You guys always hear that. And I think that it drastically helped me throughout life, right? You hang out with smart people, it benefits you because you learn so much from them. You hang out with dumb people, you're not really going to learn anything. It's not going to help you in life, right? And now I disagreed with that when I was younger, because I was a bad kid at first, and then later on, I got to say, by like fourth grade, I started getting my act together and just I feel like that was the turning point. That's when I made the decision. I remember my dad telling me that. And then I started hanging out with the smart people, and that's how I ended up skipping the eighth grade, and then like graduating early and doing all that. But that was all by hanging out with the right people. But the reason I tie into that is because the right people can teach you all that stuff, but it's unfair that not all of us have the opportunity, that we have to learn it through those methods. Connie said, "Hi, what's up, Connie?" Kyle, LOL, Mark. Guys, hang on, let me drink something. Excuse me, sorry. I know the mic is right there, so that's probably really loud. I have a question for everyone in this chat. What's your favorite holiday? That's a good question. We're going to move on to that in just a moment. I'll put that up on the screen while because I know I move slow and that annoys everybody. What's your favorite holiday? And I'll answer that off the bat. For me, I'm going to say two. It's Thanksgiving and Christmas. Just seeing my kid's face, and just like all the, setting up the Christmas tree and stuff, and the food. Thank you, Karen, by the way, for that question. Like the live, y'all. Guys, if you haven't, I know some of you forget, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. YouTube starts sending new people in here. We like interacting with you guys. We like meeting you, and that's the only way we get to meet you guys, because when those likes go up, YouTube sees it and they open the doors. Why do doctors work into their 50s and 60s? Some of these specialists making 500K a year and just live frugal and save up for a couple of years and then retire, and some low-cost Southeast. You're absolutely right, Three, but it's kind of like the same thing with celebrities or with athletes. They could make all that money in a couple of years, live frugal, and they're set for life. In fact, it's generational wealth. They have enough for themselves, for their family, for their kids' families, right? But the thing is that it's two things that keep you going. One is you don't know what you're going to do when with that free time, which usually, you know, you know how they say the free time is the devil's time, right? So it's good to keep on working. Second, it's like you like climbing up that ladder. You just want to see whether you can make more. So it could be greed also. Um, but I think it's a good thing to continue working, even if you could make, even if you have enough to retire, but you still feel like working. I wish my dad had done that. I think there's a lot of people that should have done it, especially the older generations, who didn't have a hobby. So when they retired, they had nothing to fall back on. One second. They had nothing to keep them busy. So what ended up happening to them is they deteriorated, sadly. Kyle, a Halloween for me. All right, that's the first Halloween. Christmas is my favorite. I completed seminary and wanted to be a priest, but my family wouldn't allow me. But I never stopped using the knowledge or loving God. That's pretty awesome, Mark. Perfect point. Financial education required to adult. Yes, 100% with like that. Riley brought up a great point with that. Are you saying for your kids' college and 529 plan, or just regular savings or brokerage accounts? A combination of all of that. Um, I have a combination of like, so she's good to go, and I'm hoping that she goes to med school. That's what she wants to do. She says that's what she wants to do, but you never know because I remember when I went to college, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I was confused. I was like, I want to do a little bit of everything. And then you do liberal arts even, and then you're just like, no, I still haven't figured out what the hell I want to do. I want to do pharmacy. I wanted to do computers. I wanted to do, there's so many different options. And I was like, I could picture myself in everything. I want to be a doctor. Like there's questions to parents. If your child, and that's another thing, guys. I feel like I kind of was forced to pick a path, and I don't think I was designed that way. I don't think I was designed to pick one path. The common advice that you're given is pick a path and stick to it. And the same thing with YouTube. Everyone was like, you have to have a niche. You have to have a niche. You have to do figure out what you want to do on here. You can't do lip syncing. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I'm more like go with the flow of things, like just see where it takes you, and just constantly evolve, but just see where it takes you, and you'll figure it out naturally. And I think things just work out that way sometimes. Question to parents: if your child decides that college is unnecessary waste of time, and will you respect their decision, or will you force them to at least get a bachelor's degree? I think I would be just a little pushy with the bachelor's degree because I've invested so much in them. It depends on which point they're at. But if they told me right at the beginning and they really were miserable with doing it, I would be more accepting with it. My wife wouldn't. My wife would be like, no, you're finishing your bachelor's. I would be more like, "Yeah, if it's not for you, I don't feel like, and if they're 100% certain, if they're mature and they're like, I absolutely don't want to do this, I just want to go into the real world or I want to go into the trades. I think the trades is very lucrative, by the way. I think there's a lot to learn there. There's a lot more of that in the trades that I've used in the real world than in any of college. Couple or medical, and that's a good question, man. I wish I could put that whole thing as a question on here, but it limits me on the amount of text I can put that in there. Hey Sam, it's a great freaking question. If you could put that through ChatGPT so that we could rephrase it and shorten it so that I can put it up on here, I'd really appreciate it. Well, medical education is quite cheap in India. The tuition fees are just 3 to 4 thousand US dollars for the entire course. After this entire USMLE will cost you around 15,000 USD. Yeah, that's not bad, Kapo. But I could tell, Kapo, you probably come from a wealthy family already. So 3 to 4K US dollars, yes, it is cheap. That's very, very cheap in comparison to US. But a lot of people in India struggle to even make that, which is crazy. After this entire it will cost me. I thought it would cost you more, bro. Like when you wrote 15,000, I thought you would still have to spend a lot to actually be certified out here in the US. You use the right spark plugs. There we go. Yep, changing them all at once. I got special socket extension from. Yep, dielectric grease, make sure you gapped it, and make sure you change the wires as well. The non-protrusive quantization of the, okay, now that's way beyond me, man. Later. Image Church, greetings from Uganda, Africa, bro. Shout out to Uganda, Africa. What's going on, Image Church? Welcome to the live stream. I've never met Image before. You've seen him before, Mark? Riley, I think education system expects your family to teach you that stuff, but some of us didn't have that resource. Exactly what I'm saying, Riley. Some of us benefited. I got, thankfully, I got a lot of my education from my dad about the real world, telling me what to do. He would be like, buy real estate. God isn't making any more of it. As soon as you start making money, I want you to go out there and buy real estate. He taught me about CDs. He taught me about investing my funds. He taught me about savings. He's like, listen, you could be the type that goes to work a corporate job, and live like you're poor, even if you have money. Keep on saving and saving and saving. And he goes, I guarantee later on in life you'll be able to enjoy it. I couldn't even make it on regular classes. I was in resource classes. Got it, Maria. What if you hang out with no one except Hardik and friends? Sierra, I can poop Horizon. Kyle says, I said that financial, budget, investment, education isn't more priority in at least in the U.S. education. Wait, it said that financial, budget, investment, education isn't more priority, but it should be more of a priority, man. It absolutely should, man. That money should be working for you. That's number one. Two, you should be knowing how to save, what to do with that money. There's so much stuff that like common, like to me, that I think is common knowledge, things that you should definitely know. And I'm like teaching this to people that are maybe a little younger than me, and I'm like, damn, man, you're in your 30s. Nobody armed you with this stuff. Brother, neurosurgeons are just money printing machines. Neurosurgeons from Ivy Leagues earn seven. Yeah, but I wasn't doing. I didn't want to be a physician just for the money. I had no interest in the money at all, and I had backing so that like I could have gone to med school and it wouldn't have been an issue. Uh, but I wish I would have gone through with it because I know I'm good with my hands. I feel like I'm good at like brainstorming. I felt like I could have devised. I know this sounds crazy, right? I feel like I would have devised where I belonged was inventing tools that surgeons would use and patenting it. Looking at what they do, studying the surgeries that they do, and creating a tool that's better than what they have currently, and patenting those tools. That's what I feel was my calling. Um, in my imaginary world, or in another, uh, how they say, like, you have why am I drawing a blank right now? In a different simulation. Sad. Getting your act together in fourth grade is way ahead of schedule. Thanks a lot, Genius Tracker. But that was my dad did have to kick my ass for that. I was hanging around with the wrong kids, and he had to kick my ass and just be like, listen, I made it seem like I made the choice and I was very mature, but it wasn't me. MST. If I would have hung around with them more, my dad was, like, I knew I was going to get an asking. I needed a heartache in school. In school. A gentleman just said he didn't use anything from grade school, but I can't agree. Where did you learn how to read and spell? Respectfully speaking, not challenging anyone. Yeah, whoever did say that, when Mark phrases his questions, he means that in a very respectful way. So curious to know as well. Too bad hanging out with hot people doesn't make you hot. Talking from experience. Mark, you're a stud. Yeah, good looking dude, Mark. Three, are you the type of person that looks at Federal Reserve's SCF survey to see what percentage your household net worth is in? I have looked at it in the past, but I mean, I don't try to compare myself to others. I know that we're middle class, and I know that we're good, like, at least my kids are good and stuff, but I have to basically set it up so that my other two kids are set as well. We're also set, and we could, retire comfortably. Like, there's a lot of things that uh, you have to basically sort out. Uh, I'm gonna get the ducks lined up. Thanksgiving, laugh my ass off. Halloween, Christmas. Okay, now I'm getting to this point. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Wait, did you say my Christmas tree stays up year round? Every day is Christmas up for you, Connie. My favorite holiday, April Fool's Day, I guess. It's not a holiday. I'll say Juneteenth. Is that really your favorite holiday? Coffee all year. Good morning, host like done. Thanks a lot, Shivani. Good to see you on here. Appreciate you jumping on and dropping that like. All year MST. My dad was a doctor until he retired a year ago at age 69. It was his passion. That's awesome. I see a lot of physicians doing that. They practice until a very old age, and they're so damn wise. Like my physician, he's this old man, and he's not a pulmonologist, but no, he's a cardiologist. But he does my physicals and stuff. And I chat. He takes the time out. He blocks time out just so we could chat. We just chat for the longest time, just to catch up because I only go there once a year. He goes. Sometimes I wish you would get sick so you'd come back to me and just hang out, you know. And he goes, but I always see you once a year, so he blocks off a longer period of time just so we could sit down and catch up, which is pretty cool. My dad was a doctor until he retired. I have decorations for all holidays. Okay, because they dry out at least here in Florida. Oh, because you're talking. Are you talking about a real Christmas tree? I don't have a real Christmas tree either. That shit creates a mess. I have to take it out of the shed. It's one of those fake ones that look real though. Coffee conference, you were saying hello to me. I got free time. I just yank my olive and eat chicken wings all day. Yesterday I missed your streaming. Sorry. All good, Shivani. I know you're busy. I know everyone's busy. But either way, I'll always be at your live stream whenever I can to hit that like button. I haven't, whenever I jump on there, I always jump on there to drop a like and then I bounce. But I really want to like sometime like just jump on your chat and get to chat with you sometimes. Dylan, Gary, I was wrong. I messed up. I miss you and now you're gone. My favorite you good Dylan. My holidays are Christmas and Hanukkah. Oh, that's cool. My favorite holidays are Christmas. So majority is saying Christmas. My favorite holiday because the day I take. Wait, wherever there is a holiday, that's my favorite holiday because on that day I take full sleep. No, but Shivani, it could be anything. It could be Diwali. It could be any even like Hindu thing. Everyone, please like and sub. That's right, guys. If you haven't, please hit that like button. I forget to say it, but sometimes I get so into the conversation. I'm like, whatever. If we get the likes, we get the likes. Davis Christmas. Okay, so majority for Christmas and Easter. That's a first for Easter. Salute me. Hi Dylan. Trade nowadays we need hard working people that want to earn a living. Yeah, I agree. And everything in the trade now is all safeguarded from AI. You know, which is pretty crazy. Who would have thought the occupations that most likely Indian parents would never want you to be? My parents would not have wanted me to be an electrician or in plumbing or a framer. And those are the professions that right now are safeguarded from AI. What a turn of freaking events when you think about that, right? That is madness. Charlie, the bike guy. Yes, just joined. Good to meet you, Charlie. Thanks for joining in. Where are you joining us from? A live stream. Shari, welcome. Hardworking earn. Fuck the nonsense. I'm a tiki-talker. The tiki-taki. Like the goons that just climbed the empires. Dude, that was ridiculous, man. That was just the dumbest thing. And the worst part is that we gave them that clout. They made it on. First of all, they had. It kind of was like you see their previous lives and stuff. I mean, I didn't do full investigation on this, but I mean, it seems like they were known for doing this before, or they wrote something, or they created a stream about this earlier. You know, like where they climb like places that you're not supposed to be climbing. That's the dumbest thing ever, man. Like, it's just all for attention, right? But I can't say anything because I can't get over the fact that I'm possibly doing this for attention. I can't really. I know I'm doing it for socialization as well, but there's got to be some part of me that still live streaming because I enjoy the attention. I mean, there's got to be, even though I'd hate for it to be that. But when I think about it, Monique, hi, what's up, Monique? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you on. Where are you joining us from? Funky K, they did it for their show, Pure Clout. Exactly. Eight Security, I both got my education from both my family, including college, high schools, etc. I am self-employed, jack of all trades, and also self-employed photojournalist. That's awesome, man. And I mean, would you recommend that field, photojournalist? Would you recommend that to someone that would you say it's a difficult field, like where are you comfortable? Can you be comfortable and do it? Are you comfortable when you know with doing it? Or would you say, hey, don't choose that field? It's kind of it's difficult to find. I know you're self-employed. Maybe you did really well, but what I'm saying is that would you recommend it to someone else? Or would you say, hey, listen, it's kind of difficult to make it in this field? And welcome to the live, Joey. Appreciate having you here and participating in the conversation. Kapil, in your residency, you will start getting a stipend of around, yeah, not much. I believe it's around the 45 to 60K USD, depending upon your university and departments. Absolutely. And it's even less for people that are foreign. Like, so I believe when you're, and but I gotta say, Kapil, you know what the great thing is over here? Um, Indian doctors get a lot of respect over here, man. Especially when I'll tell you something. Back in the days, Indian doctors would not get any respect. It'd be like, fuck, another Indian, you know, like an Indian doctor, shit, you know, like they want to take over this and that. I mean, my cardiologist, he's a white dude, really cool guy. But uh, in the medical industry, there's a lot of Indian people, especially you know in the physician field. But they're very a lot of them are very well versed and respected. So they've you know climbed up there. Before it was like a very racist thing, is what I'm getting at. I guess that's my point that I failed to say. Before it was very racist, and now they're welcomed with open arms, which is great. Red Robin, my favorite holiday is Mother's Day. Oh, that's pretty cool. Welcome to the live stream, Red Robin. Nice to have you here. Posted 9:47. Any odds? Okay, 9:47. What time is it now? Shit, man, I'm way behind, man. All right, let me speed read. I am so basically I'm 10 minutes behind. Uh, you had a great father, HS, giving you very good. Oh, my dad was the man. I miss that dude so much. But he really armed me with everything he had, and I was receptive to everything, which was awesome. Eight Security, I got my education hands-on experience both from my family and college school, trade school, including my self-employed jack of all trades. I read that one. Thank you, Joey. Mark climbed the Empire State Building. I'd cheer. If Mark climbed the Empire State Building, I'd cheer and cry with love. Monique Kyle, I would climb for you. How's the weather forecast there? It is extremely hot. I was burning during the day stream out there. It was bad. Please shut up, Chutia Face. What's going on, Nottingham Prairies? And take care, Nottingham. I wish you could have hung out because it seemed like you were, um, but whatever. Good Mark, my legs are 3 feet tall. Nirmala Prasad, hi G. Sega, Easter is my favorite. Thank you for joining, Sega. Welcome to the live stream. Good evening. By the way, if you guys haven't, hit that like button. Marie Harris, what's going on, Marie Harris? Where are you joining us from? Welcome to the live stream. Kapil, brother, just my POV. Earlier, I also used to think that I will work for my passion, but after understanding people, I get a reality check. Money is extremely important in life. Absolutely, very important in life, but I could tell you already come from money, right? Am I right or wrong? Right? Um, but money is extremely important. It is a tool to help you in life. I hate what money does to people, though. You know, like where when people have so much of it and they think that they're almighty and powerful, or they think that they know more. I hate that. I hate that. Like I'm surrounded by people who have a lot of money. My neighbors, this neighborhood, the kids that the kids that go to the same school my daughter goes to, you know, and my at least my daughter is aware of, like, you know, people who are like that, you know, where the money gets to their head, or when parents are just spoiling their kids so much that you don't understand that the damage that you're doing to your child, you know. Um, My favorite holiday is Christmas. Very good. Nirmala. Oh, HS, your doctor sounds the best. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. I get confused about the sport of soccer. Uh, what's up, Noah? My comments always makes host happy, and absolutely, Shivani. It's always good to see you on here. Tanzi, Portugal won. Ronaldo was the best. Good for you. Hi, Funky. I like the live, y'all. Fake Christmas tree. You have I have a fake flock Christmas tree. Yeah. Martin, my name is Karen. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to get a new one every year where you have to toss it out. I mean, then I feel like I killed the tree, and gee, I had your dinner. Yes, I did have my dinner, but I had a heavy breakfast and then a heavy lunch. I had 7 egg whites on a croissant for breakfast, and that kept me going. And then I had a very late lunch. Um, and for lunch, I had dal chamar. 6 minute, my mom made it. Marry me, go to jail with me. Marry me, now go to jail with me. Yeah, the couple was stupid. It was the stupidest thing. There are around 25 million net worth millionaires and 7 million liquid millionaires in the U.S. 10% of houses in the U.S. are valued at 1 million plus U.S. dollars. You look like Sundar Pichai Aditya. I hear that quite often. I usually hear Jeff Goldblum, the guy from Jurassic Park or The Fly. But welcome to the live stream. I think I've seen you on here before because that name looks familiar. And who do you look like? Dillhole. What's up, Dillhole? I definitely seen you here before. Are you from Jay's by any chance? Like the live, guys. Please hit that like button, guys. We're trying to get to 40. I know some of you forget to tap that screen, but it really helps the channel. We get more people in here. We get new people in here, and we like socializing with you guys. I believe attention and socialization are inextricably linked. What is socializations besides having other people acknowledge you and acknowledging them in turn? So don't feel bad about wanting both. That is true, but I want to read that one more time. I believe attention and socialization are inextricably linked. Definitely, yeah. What is socialization besides having other people acknowledge you and acknowledge? Yeah, that's good, Sarah. I like that. I do like that because I've been thinking about that lately. I was taking a shower the other day and I was like, am I hungry for attention? Is that why I'm doing this? Because I do enjoy doing it. There was only one day I didn't enjoy doing it, and that was because one of our mods kept on talking about religious stuff and ruined the entire thing when he knew what my policy was, and he was just trying to sabotage the whole thing. HS, only if you approve when I get back from my vacation, I'll get in touch with you in Long Island and we're going to have fun time. That sounds cool, Mark. That sounds good, man. But I wanted to know where you're headed. You never told me where you're going and when you're gonna be returning. Dillhole Lubans is bro from Jurassic Park. There we go. I am his long lost brother from another mother, Jeff Brownblum. I have another question in this live. What's your ice cream flavor? Vanilla for sure. But I don't eat ice cream that often. But when I do, it's vanilla. Legendary in the house. Mine's is Halloween as I get free candy. Nirmala Prasad. Friends, please support, subscribe to my channel, and I will return tomorrow definitely. Hook Nirmala up. She's a good friend. Jeff Brownblum, yep. Vanilla. Okay, G, bye. See you soon. See you soon, Nirmala. Thank you so much for joining in. Raju Curry, hi, where are you? I'm in Long Island, New York, in the USA. Aapke se ho, Raju? Jai Hind, brother. Like done. Thank you, Nirmala. HS, when I hear you talk about your dad, I tear up, man. Yeah, man. I used to always tear up randomly about my dad. Now I have this sense of relief that he is watching over me and guiding me, and he's still there. I just have that feeling inside. So I'm not as emotional as I was before. Speaking of, like, this week is his death anniversary, um, and that's when my mom had just recently had that bird in her chimney in the interior of the house. As amazing, my favorite holiday is Eid, both Eids. Oh, that's awesome. ASA. Amazing. What is Eid? Eid is like a religious holiday for Muslim people. They fast during that time. My friend is Pakistani, the one that's a cardiologist, and he practices that as well. He always loses weight, a ton of weight during that time. It's Muslim festive holiday. Dilhole, I hate to pick and choose, but my favorite holiday are every one of them that keeps me from attending work. Dilhole nailed it. I put natural tree every year. That's a lot of work though, right? MST, like when it's shedding and you get all that shit on the floor and you got to clean it up each time and then getting it out and tossing it out. You know, some people prefer it, and I feel like also you can't hang ornaments on it because it just droops, like it falls off. Like on a fake one, you can bend the aluminum wire a little and hook it on, and it actually looks real to me. Mark knows, um, nice mod, MAT. Those require a lot of maintenance, but are beautiful. They are beautiful, yes. I'm mostly from scam baiting community. LOL Dill, Hardik, I hate being told what to do. Also, Hardik, smash that like button, subscribe, share, pick your nose. It helps with the algorithm. Hit that like button, guys. You know what I like though? I gotta say, I asked some weird ass freaking questions, and you guys seem to enjoy it, which is awesome, you know? So I appreciate it. I still don't know how the most popular question was, do you pick your nose, do you blow your nose, or do you do a combination of both? And then we got into the details, man. People were telling me how they dig, and all that stuff. That was pretty crazy. That was a fun conversation. In the 40s, it's arousal is arousal. Hell yeah, bro. Everything still functions, bro. Everything is functional still in the 40s. I wonder how many. I feel like if you don't use it, you lose it though. So you got to keep on. Even if you don't get it, you got to manually do it. If you know what I mean. I wonder how many non-Christians are there who celebrate Christmas with the tree, decorating the house, and getting presents for the loved ones. I think that's a great holiday tradition. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm not Christian, but we celebrate Christmas and love celebrating it. Which is your favorite movie, Hardik? I'd say Hindi movie is Gajni. English movie, man, I have so many, man. I have so many. There's not one specific one. Um, Let me think about that and I'll get back to you. But tell me yours as well, Kapil. I feel the same way about some people love money so much that they're capable of committing a crime just for money. Yeah, it is. I mean, I guess when you're desperate and you're in need, you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? I pooped today as well. Welcome to humanity and biology, Mr. Inappropriate. Who did you steal the bike from? I didn't steal it. That's actually my neighbor had an accident on that bike, and then it was pretty damaged, and he just put a sign on it that said, "Please take me." I could get into the details if you want. Then I rang his doorbell and asked him. I was like, "You sure you want to get rid of it?" He's like, "Yeah, man. It brings back bad memories, like PTSD or whatever." And then I took it, I repaired the entire thing, and love that thing now. The north part of Dallas and Highland Park area is similarly douchey as North Shore. Yeah, that sucks. Those areas suck, I mean, but I feel like you can't find a happy medium though. Three being a scene, but then again, I like this area specifically for the school, so it kind of comes with that territory. Three being a CNA for so long, I can attest to the fact that yes, indeed, they're possible. What's possible, Connie? Can you tell me, because I lost track of what we were talking about? Minister from his neighborhood. Few Connie, I still got time. Oh, we're talking about you could still get a boner basically. Still got time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not religious at all, but Ramadan is fun. Just the excitement of finally getting to eat. Yeah, I could imagine that being an exciting part, like where you're starving for so long, and then the gathering also of everyone getting together and eating at the same time, and creates that atmosphere. HS, you should put a little birdhouse in your yard. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I do love bird watching, like in the backyard. I mean, I find them very peaceful. I usually just toss like bread and stuff on in the grass. Boogies are fascinating. It is a fun topic. I feel like boogies and even like a bidet are fun topics. Kanan Ahmad, hi Sarah, 50s too. All right, so we got someone else confirming. I clean my nose with my bidet. Hello, right? I hope you're still getting it, H. Yeah, everything's functional, 3. Everything is good to go. No Viagra needed here. Is it still a scum? It's okay. I like to set up with the kids, and I always have balls in the basket, so whatever comes up, I can put one up to it. I didn't get all of that. Sarah, will you marry me? And by the way, Sarah, you are a mod. If you feel like you want to block someone, hide someone, please do so. Feel free to do that. All right. I did tell you Lake Como in Yorkshire. I'll be back at the end. EPT, Connie, there's a market for that. By the way, there's a lot of you on here Does everyone know that you have to hit all chat? Because as a viewer, I don't feel like everyone knows that. So by default, your view goes to top chat, and you have to go into settings and then click on all chat, and then only are you able to see all the messages. Is everyone aware of that or no? Lincoln, Christmas for you as well. Welcome to the live stream, Lincoln. Nice to have you here. Where are you joining us from? Marcus, is there an OnlyFans? Sure, right. Erections after 40. Yes, I'm also interested in OnlyFans. Mark, Dilho, thanks for not kicking me out. Mods and turns. It turns out I'm really subbed here. I usually get kicked out just because of my name. No, it's all cool, Dilho. Dude, we got a good crew of people over here. I'm telling you, man. We really lucked out over here. Very open-minded people, very accepting people. I don't see any of the mods ever power tripping in here. Um, knock on wood, but uh, I love it. Yeah, yeah. If school districts dictates where you live. Lincoln, hi Lincoln. No, Sarah, you deserve better. Walsinda Pichai is very rich. Hello, earns $1 billion salary yearly. Goodbye, Sarah. H talk about foreheads. Did Andrew Cuomo knock down your door? Would you call the cops? Dude, you know what's? It's so crazy that you mentioned Andrew Cuomo. This house was owned by Andrew Cuomo's family. That's kind of crazy that you mentioned that, man. Claudia Rodriguez. I have an addiction to candy. I cannot stop. But no, I wouldn't call the cops. I mean, first of all, yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, why? I mean, I don't even know what the history is with Andrew Cuomo. Can you? Was there some? I know he was like fired or something like that. But you guys know I'm not into politics, so I don't know. But it's just so crazy that you mentioned his name. No, I wasn't aware of that. But I'll tell you guys something else that's crazy. When I was finishing this garage, right, there was a whole bunch of shit over here that the old homeowners left over here, and what triggered this whole thing? Finishing this garage, I was in here and I was organizing. I was putting the Christmas tree away, and there was a whole bunch of shelves. In fact, I could find a picture on here to show you what this garage looked like right before. And I was in this garage, and I was taking a break. I put a bucket down on the ground. It was cement on the floor. This place was a shithole, right? But I mean, I had shelves and everything. There was metal shelves lined up on that entire wall, and I had everything that was in the shed over here. And I'm sitting on that bucket, and all of a sudden, I see a mouse, and I was like, "Oh fuck no, man! If this is gonna become, if I have a mouse over here, they're definitely gonna get inside the house." And then I started cleaning up everything, and I was like, "All right, I got everything so clean now. Why don't I finish it?" And then I kept on doing more and more and more whenever I got back from work, and then eventually got to this point. But it's not completely finished at this point. But anyway, what I was getting at, while I was cleaning it, all the way above me, let me show you guys. Dude, 3, you opened up a can of worms, man. So all the way above me, if you look up there, hang on, in that area, there was a door over there. And it was a small door. It was like, I'd say, hang on one second. It was like half that size, maybe about there, to there. And in there was a stash. In that stash, I found some weed. I found panties. I found KY jelly and condoms. That was pretty weird. And that stuff was old. You could tell it was old stuff, man. But it seemed like the person, and it had lingerie in there. So it led me to believe that it was possibly a cross-dresser and basically hiding his shit in here. Let's see. I have an addiction to candy. I cannot stop. No, I wasn't aware of that. I just forgot every time. Thanks for the reminder. Nobody should be worth $1 billion. There are good people in need, rich, that don't care. Connie, how's your mom? I mean, you can't say nobody should be worth $1 billion. You wish he would share his wealth because I mean, it would. I don't know. I think it would be humane to just do. If you have $1 billion and you know that there are people who need it, and you have more than enough to do that, and still have Uh, I agree with you, Dilho. Connie, how's your mom? Shamberg, Day, what's up? Joji, welcome to the live stream. By the way, guys, hit that like button. We're trying to get to 40. Claudio, I'm an online dentist. Hit me up. What's your dream holiday destination? The one that you haven't been to yet? Spain. I really want to go to Spain. And then Portugal. Those are two places that I want to go to. But first, Spain. I want to explore all of Spain. Your mods are great, very humorous. Yeah, they're cool people. ET, mom has taken her antibiotics and is resting. That's good to hear, Connie. Thanks for the update. Hopefully, everything goes well with her. I know that when you have a stroke, it takes a different. Sometimes, I remember when I went to the hospital, I had I get into these stories and then I fall really far behind, but I like sharing these stories with you. I had a pneumothorax when I was really young. It's called a spontaneous pneumothorax. This is before I was smoking or anything like that, where your lung air gets into your chamber of your lung, and your lung it pushes your lung down and it collapses into the size of a fist. And then they basically have to, if anyone's in the army or navy or has any of that experience, it's kind of like getting shot, and then air enters that area, and then your lung compresses because air is pushing it down, right? Because your lungs are kind of like flotation devices, right? Um, anyway, so I was in the hospital, and this is spontaneous. It just happens to random people. Now it's cured because they basically did this type of surgery that fixed it, where they kind of like glued it so that it sticks there, right? But anyway, this next to me while I was in the hospital, I believe my age was at this point at 19. Um, yeah, I was 19 because I had to fly back from Buffalo over here to get the surgery done. And while I was here, very next door to me, during the recovery process, there was a curtain that was separating me and from the other patient. And that other patient was an elderly man, and he had gone through a stroke. And my dad's also been through a couple of strokes as well. But the elderly guy next to me, he was like this really loved guy. You could hear all his family coming in, and they're crying, and they're like, are you okay? This and that. And he seems perfectly fine. He's not crying about anything. But they don't recognize him, and that's breaking their heart because they're like, he's never gonna remember us. He's never gonna be the same guy that he was. So it was his grandkids, his kids, his wife. But after like a week or so, it started coming to him, and they were just like listening to the excitement of the family next door, when their dad or grandfather could start remembering things. But it's crazy how a new portion of the brain starts learning, or rewires everything, and puts together those things, and then everything starts functioning again, because there's a lot of our brain that we don't use, right? So all that rewiring happens, which is pretty crazy. So anyway, bottom line is I'm trying to get at is, hopefully your mom makes a full recovery. I know it's going to be a slow process. Hopefully she's not paralyzed or anything like that, because that's where things, it creates a lot of extra work. I figured out that I like a week ago all messages. Okay. All right. MSC, prior to a week ago, you didn't know that? Dang, I can't believe it. Those noises are old as fuck. Cuomo had sex harassment and got fired. Oh, that's what it was. Well, isn't that crazy that story about that? Connie, she's at home. Yes, he teaches about bronchitis. Nothing major aside from that. All right, that's good to hear. Truman Show. Truman Show was a great movie, man. That was a good way to put it. It's also my favorite movie. Um, he was great in that. I think there's a lot of movies. Castaway was a great movie. I love slow movies as well. Green Mile was a fantastic movie. Shawshank, obviously. Gladiator, absolutely. Um, there's so many good movies. Finlay, you're such a good guy. Hope you have a good night. Thanks a lot, Finlay. Appreciate it, man. You have a good night as well, and thanks for joining in. I have seen you on before, and you're always positive. You always share, positive thoughts and stuff. So thank you for that. Um, they had us scared all day though. Okay, Connie, Becky Shala. Hey, what's up, Becky? Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. Paliwe. Welcome to the live stream. Um, 3. Andrew Cuomo turned his victims into mouse so they so they wouldn't out him. Also, attorney neighbor was gay for Cuomo. That's why he ate on you. He ate on you. Yep, that's Cuomo's stash. He's a sicko. That Cuomo family, a sex demon. Hey, listen, maybe the guy had, some issues or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was him, but someone was getting their kink on in there. It's definitely getting their kink on. His daughter was naughty. Someone was hiding something. Just all the things that were in there was sus. Malian leaf tea bags, it's really good. You just but like I remember having that packet there, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And opening it up, then I put on nitrile gloves to just examine what was in there and stuff, and check the year and stuff like that. It was definitely way old stuff. Um, and then I had to toss it out because eventually someone else is gonna come across that and be like, "Oh shit, Hardic." Thank you, Maria. That grows naturally here. Make tea. Lungs of my enemies make fantastic bagpipes. I only suspected stroke. She had them before no stroke found. That's great to hear, Connie. You're welcome, HS. I'll send you a postcard for my vacation. LOL, Dr. Mark. That'd be awesome, man. Make it put it at a digital one on Facebook. But still didn't tell me where or how long. Gladiator or Gladiator. One day I'll do a walk live stream and share the natural remedial plants grow around. Oh, that'd be awesome, Connie. That would be a nice, relaxing live stream. Big Fish is a gorgeous movie if you ever seen it. I have not seen it, but I will write it down. But I can't promise you I will see it. But you have to give me a rating from 1 to 10, and I am going to judge you after I watch this movie because I'm wasting my time watching it. So rate it from 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely, definitely got to see, amazing movie. Capital Inception is my favorite movie. That's the one it was. I believe you asked me that before. Inception is my favorite movie that I had to watch several times uh, to get it. I have a feeling, Mark, Kyle, 3, did you guys watch this? MST, did you guys watch it? And what did you think of the movie? Connie, Elizabeth, Maria, did you guys watch this movie? Trish, how about Trish? I'm surprised you didn't use KY jelly for marital activity. Dude, that shit was rotten, bro. And I don't need KY, man. Spanish, French, Italian cinema is fine. Whenever I think of KY now, though, I think of what you told us when you were in high school, you getting suspended. That shit was freaking hilarious. Spanish, French, Italian cinema is fine. The only annoying thing is reading subtitles. I actually don't mind reading subtitles. I started watching, this is long ago, but I was watching IP Man, watching a lot of like kung fu movies, and that's all you have to read it. I didn't mind it. It was actually kind of interesting. But even with Hindi movies, I don't like to watch it with subtitles because I like learning it. But I get majority of it, but we keep the subtitles because my wife doesn't know Hindi, so the subtitles help her. Kyle, it's mind blowing. Oh, by the way, Kapil, I'm sorry, man. It took me so long. I guess I was just chatting with you. I completely forgot. Welcome to the fam. Funky 10, 3, yeah, Inception and Interstellar movies are good. Yeah, yeah, Interstellar was like different dimensions and stuff. Inception, I mean, guys, you know my whole theory with the recording, the dreams getting uploaded into with the access points in the star. Kapil, I don't think you were here for that, um, but I have a whole theory that I shared on here, and I'm gonna actually make that into a visual. I think a visual would really help. I don't know how to get about doing that, but yeah, Inception ties into that a lot. Mark HS, you have to look at the chat. I told you twice. I'm going to Lake Como. Okay, got it. And sorry, I did read that. Sorry about that, Mark. Lake Como and then to Yorkshire, and I'll be back at the end of September. My apologies that you have to repeat yourself. Sometimes I read these things and I speed read, and it's not my brain is not actually comprehending. I'm just reading it to read it. So appreciate it. End of September, bro. That's a long time, man. Are you not going to have internet where you're going, or you're just purposely taking a break from technology? Dr. Mark, have a wonderful time on your vacation to Lake Como in Yorkshire. Yes, have a fantastic vacation. You will be missed, man. Dr. Mark, I think you have caps lock on. Yeah, I think he did it for me because I was being an idiot and not comprehending what he wrote 3 times. Never watched it. Was busy finger blast the Barbosa twins under the bleachers at high school baseball game. Elizabeth, do your children come to visit you? Couple, no, they are busy with their own lives. Couple, you got to join me on share Ka Village blogs vlogs. Kyle, can you drop it in here? Because I think Kapil and Sarah, you guys should watch his live. He's from Pakistan, but really really chill guy, man. It reminds me of India. That's why, because there's no live streamer that I know in India which just live streams the streets. So just seeing the autos and hearing the sounds and seeing the cows and stuff, it reminds me of what the India that I remember. Sam Roy, but I know it's a lot modernized now since the last time I've been there. What Bollywood movies would you recommend watching? Gajni for sure, which is on Netflix. Um, there's quite a few. Sam Roy, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a list. Yeah, it depends on what kind of genre you like. If you like, uh, sometimes I like a little dark stuff. Like there's one called Domini, which is a sad one, but it's actually a really good movie. Then there's Gajni. There's which is a lot like Memento. Um, I have quite a few, Samurai. I'm gonna think about that one, and I will get back to you. But I already got back to Cobble. Inception was mine. I think you've asked me that before, and I just drew a blank today. No, I haven't seen that movie. Thank you very much for your kindness. Of course, Capo. Welcome to the fam, brother. Big Fish is a beautiful story, telling fun, amazing movie. A 10 for sure. Really, one of my favorites. If you don't cry, you're dead on the inside. I will definitely watch it, man. All right, let me write funky so I know who to blame if I don't like it. No, dude, if you give it a 10, bro, and I know that we kind of agree on a lot of things, so I have a feeling it's gonna be good. Naya, what's going on, Naya? White Day, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to meet you. Where are you joining us from, Naya? I see like some foreign writing. I don't know if that's Japanese or Chinese, but curious to know where you're joining us from. By the way, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Um, we're trying to get to 40 if that's possible. Sam Roy, any film starring Shah Rukh Khan, that is just my personal opinion. And I'm also currently watching The Render, and that's on Netflix as well, Sam. I'm on the second part. I've been on that for the longest time. Three is gonna be like, all right, you're never gonna finish that shit. But yeah, it has been a while, guys. I am delayed with these questions. My bad, but let me do it right now. Um, I don't know why it's not letting me change the question. I don't even see the option there anymore. It's weird. What am I missing here? Something's going on. Something's happening here. Yeah, I don't get it. I can't change that question, so I'm just gonna leave that there. And I will go to the top. Right there. Okay, Sam Roy, any film starring Shah Rukh Khan. Couple Elizabeth, may God bless you, dear. May God give you strength to this lady and fulfill her dreams. Absolutely. William Revels, are you Indian? Yes, I am, William. Welcome to the live stream. I was born here in the US, but yes, my parents are from India. Thanks, Kapil. Mark Hanlon Business. 3. I wouldn't look down on anyone in a poor country. I didn't control that I was born here. I could have easily been born elsewhere. 100% with that, man. I remember going to India for a wedding. I feel like I have so many stories for you guys. Hopefully, I don't bore you guys. I went to India for my cousin's wedding, and when we went over there, I told you guys, some of you guys were there for that, but I was trying to basically educate my brother-in-law, who was really young. I was still dating my wife at that time, and I was trying to educate him on poverty. And I was like, you see all these people, like the doorman, he lives in this small shack. That's his house, you know. Or like how it's so different out here compared to the U.S. and we anyway, I ended up getting a Black Label bottle and I gave it to the doorman, and that guy was so thankful for that. He was like, he treated it like it was like the most. He saved that bottle, and he was like, no, I want to drink it with you, and I was like, yeah, whatever. He's just saying that, whatever. He did not drink that bottle, and he was like, I'm in waiting, sir. You know, like waiting to drink it with you and enjoy it with you. I don't drink often, but I wanted you to come over, and I'm gonna get some food and everything. And he got whatever he could get, and I couldn't. I didn't mean any disrespect to him, but I didn't want to eat any of that stuff because I didn't know where it came from. But we did drink in this small little shack. It was the tiniest little shack with no light, complete darkness in there. Then so me, us three are just sitting down Indian style, just having some black label, and then all of a sudden we hear some noise, and it was this naked roommate, got up like full, just hanging out, and we were like, "What the fuck is that?" Like that was weird. How much for two camera? What do you mean two camera? This, please no spamming, but it was an eye-opening experience for my brother, my brother-in-law. I already knew how life was out there, but do you watch Three Idiots? And yeah, Three Idiots was good. Tumbad, I didn't see that one. Those are Bollywood math. Okay, I'll put that on the list. Tumbad. Is that how you pronounce it? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Three Idiots was awesome, man, with Amir Khan. I almost banned you, Connie. I thought it was a tranny. I don't like watching English movies into Spanish movies because you could tell the original actors are not speaking. Yeah, it throws me off too when they do that. I'd rather see subtitles versus lip dubbing and audio dubbing. Thanks. I'll look him up. The Bollywood actress I think is Oriana Priyanka Chopra. You're talking about. Yeah, but she's not my absolute favorite, Priyanka Chopra. There's another one. I forgot what her name is, man. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's darker. Deepika Padukone, absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of people like the other another one. Mark, I ban you. Good morning, H security. Bonjour, Madame Bibi. Two times. On the times you come and you say hi to me today. Thank you so much, Bibi. Really appreciate you. Just a quick hello, and then I'm going back to sleep. Good night, Madame Bibi. Sleep well, and I will catch you on the next one. She is so sweet. I type like the live so much. I feel like I'm pissing people. No, all good, MST. You remind me. Guys, if you haven't, please hit that like button. We're almost at 40. We're four away. The only reason that I keep on reminding you guys to do that because a lot of new people keep on joining in. Namaste to you, Taran Rogers. And the reason I ask is because YouTube opens its doors and allows new people to come in here. And we like interacting with you guys and meeting you guys. So please hit that like button if you haven't. Taran, Jay Hind, brother, where you joining us from? Hello, BB. I like action, drama, horror, romance movies. All right. Yeah, I usually like drama, action, drama. Not really a big fan of horror or romance. Welkani, I declare bankruptcy. Bajirao Mastani is a really good one as well. I'm about to have Mara Kapilde. I can't imagine living alone. At this point, I prefer India where children take care. Yeah, I know, dude. Unfortunately, it's not like that. Very few families do that over here. Right now, my mom lives 8 minutes away from me. Um, my brother is currently living with my mom because he sold his apartment in the city, and so he's temporarily there. We're trying to convince him to just stay there, but he wants to move out. He's my younger brother. My mom refuses to move in with any of us. And my one sister is in the city, and then my other sister lives 8 minutes away. And we have room for her, but she likes her independence. Even though like it's a large house that's not being utilized, like it's tough to maintain. But she's fully capable of taking care of herself. Like she keeps very active. She goes to the Mandir. She volunteers at the Mandir every day, and so I guess like it keeps her in shape. And she worked hard for to get that house and to. So I mean, it's totally up to her. I mean, that's the way she wants to live. But she's got a great social circle, so it's really good for her. BB 430. Okay. Kathy Doherty, Christmas. You are good looking. Thanks a lot, Kathy. Appreciate it. Kapil, yes, it's completely different here. His wife agrees. Hello, BB. MST's got to throw that in. My wife wouldn't even mind that. We were talking about that yesterday, and then she's like, you get we were talking about, the other person that couldn't, wasn't allowed to get compliments. You remember that guy? And which kind of sucks. Pudakone, yes. MST thinks she was talking to me. Yes, Kapil, Iran. That and my friend is from Iran. You know the guy who I was talking about, who's a cardiologist now, who I met in high school. He's from Iran. I was drawing a blank. Um, so he's Muslim. Shout out to Iran, Zara Kad- Kadadadi. Um, have you played with Mumbai Level on the Hitman video game? Never heard of it, man. You can download the game on your PS5. Is it good? Is it worth it? Mumbai Level on Hitman video game. Hang on. Mumbai Level Hitman video game. PS5. And that is 3. Alright, guys. Anyway, let me catch up to a message now. Iran. Maybe if she saw you, she'd fall in love. Elizabeth Zabrak, don't spam. My favorite Bollywood actress are Madhuri Dixit, Rani Mukherjee, and Aishwarya Rai. You like the old school ones. BB, hello, coffee. Bro, I need you to be my alibi again. It's the same problem as last time. You, I got your back, Edward. No problem, man. You tell me when to bring my shovel over. Does your bro commute to the city every day? He does, man, and he hates it, man. It's really taking a toll on him. Hello, Elizabeth. Almost at 40. 3 more likes, guys. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I believe in eating well. I'm corn fed. Dan P in the house. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here, BB. This should be a good time for you, shouldn't it? Edward Delgado is laughing. All right, guys. Now, you guys entertain me. Let's do a reversal. You guys do the talking. Tell me about your days. What's going on? Any plans for July 4th? What's everyone doing? I feel like I babble the entire time to the point like where I say like thousands of words. There should be a word counter on here, which would be pretty cool. But tell me about you. I have other topics to discuss, but I mean, I want to hang out with you guys. You entertain me, Matt. Matt, entertain me, man. Commuting to the city was the bane of existence on my. Yeah, man, it's tough, bro. It is tough. You didn't finish, Matt. I'm curious to know how the donations went today, because I think it went well. MST, you didn't finish. Your wife asked if you complimented. Oh wait, you didn't finish. Your wife asked if you complimented us. Yeah, so I was like, my daughter was talking about it, and then my wife also, and she goes, "Oh, you get a lot of compliments on that." I go, "Yeah," and then I go, "But you know," and I'm telling her about the story about the other person who couldn't, who would have to block people if they got compliments, and I go, "But I told him like my wife doesn't mind at all. Like she's chill with that. Like she's a little too comfortable with the fact that I'm not going anywhere. So she doesn't mind it at all. So thank you for the compliments. I go, so the story was that I didn't finish was I was like, so that person, he had to block people from leaving compliments. Even if they just say something like, oh, you look good, they would get blocked because it's coming from a female. And I go, in my case, they say something like that and they get modded. So yeah, that was my story. Edward Delgado. Thanks, bro. I did this on people's live chat to see the reaction or if they would say yes. On to the next live chat. Alibi guy out. Take care, Edward. Good to have you on here. Hopefully next time you could stop by, but hit that like button on your way out. No, Dr. Mark. I also like comedy, especially my favorite movie, Liar, 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 and the Wedding Singer. Well, those are funny movies. I love role playing. In the bedroom. Sneha Gardia. What's up, Sneha? Good to see you on here. Hello, sir. Namaste. Namaste to you. Jai Hind, Sneha. Carvana Goddess. Carvana, I remember you as well. You were a new sub, I believe, 2 days ago. My favorite holidays are Halloween and New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is fun. But it sucks when you have, like in my younger years, when I had lonely New Year's Eves, where sometimes I just wanted to be alone and I would tell everyone that I'm busy. And those were, I was just depressed at those times. But we had quite a few people who like Halloween. And it's nice to see that, like where you're an adult and you still enjoy those moments. You embrace them. Like you're not like, oh, it's silly, like you're just like, no, but this is a day where you dress up and you enjoy it. Sneha, how's your day? Carvana, tell us more about yourself. Where are you joining us from? And are you in the car business? I did check out your channel, and I did see a car on there. I believe it was a Nissan. I can't remember what it was, but I was curious to know more about you. Kapil Yadav, who is more stronger, Superman or Batman? I would say I'm gonna go with Batman. I wasn't a Superman fan. I was more of a Batman fan. Matt, you visited the city. What's the funniest thing that happened to you recently? What's the funniest thing that happened to me recently? Happened to me. I'm gonna have to think about that. I would have to brainstorm on that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, Sneha. How about you? You asked me a lot of good questions, Sneha, but you never answer the questions. Oh, really, Kyle? Let's play cops and robbers on the cop. Three, my commute is 20 minutes 20 minutes down a one-lane road surrounded by water on both sides, rarely ever traffic. Oh, that's a nice commute, man. Dude, I wish you could even just like live stream just the camera facing out. I mean, but not interacting with the live. That I'm against. Or interacting with the chat while you're driving. But it would just be great to see where you're at. Sneha, what's your favorite? But I know you can't because of what you do. What's your favorite childhood game? Favorite childhood game, I would say was Warcraft, World of Warcraft. Prior to that, it was Nintendo. I'd say Punch Out, Contra. If anyone remembers those codes, the Contra code, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Yes, and that was one of my interview questions when I was in IT. I asked that question to somebody. Yes, Elizabeth, I'm a plumber and I hear your pipes are clogged. MST laughing, the best compliment you ever received. I think I received, I guess when I had long hair when I was a kid and a teacher complimented me, that was like the first time I really got a compliment. On here, I get a lot of compliments. In person, I don't think I get that many compliments. I get more compliments over here than I do in real life. Then again, I don't socialize much outside. I prefer my online life on here, my friends that I've made on here versus anywhere else. Welcome to the family, Sneha. I should have done that earlier as well. I showered my horse today at Ericsson. That's his name. All right, Ericsson, like the phone. Remember the Sony Ericsson? Twice. My friend watered him this evening. Same thing tomorrow. Yeah, you got to keep him hydrated. You got to keep him. Is it climate controlled where he is? I used to travel to Chicago for work for a decade. Is where what I was referring to on that, Connie. 2 hours one way. So for that's insane, Matt. That would be too much for me, man. Your wife is chill. She knows she got you. Yeah, she got me by the balls, bro. Cooks, cleans, and contributes to the household income. What? Yeah, dude. I did luck out with that, man. Sometimes I have to remember that. I have to be like, she is a solid one. I did luck out, but I gotta say I did vet. I did vet. I went through, with each girl that I went out with. I wanted to make sure that I married a woman who was low maintenance, open-minded, respected her family, had a lot of respect would have respect for my parents as well, where there would be no issues. So like there was like a mental checklist that I went through, and we dated for a while, and I also feel like she had those traditional values. That's why I was just like, this is the one. Matt, you were commuting from Indiana. What's your favorite way to spend on a weekend with the family? I'd say going to the pool, just having a good time with my kids and my wife. Those are the best memories. Ouch, Matt, what a big commute. Mark, have you measured your horse's fat? That would not surprise me, bro. But I bet you that's a daily thing for him. That's good. Tell her I got her back in here. I'm here. Look, you don't have to worry, MSC. Let the compliments come in, all right? I feel like you keep shutting him down or scaring them away. Booty Hunter is back in the house. Mr. Bernard Sir, come session day. What's going on, Booty Hunter? Welcome back. Good to see you. Hit that like button if you haven't. I'm missing 3 likes to get to 40, so really appreciate it. Couple sleeving. I feel like today has been the least questions that I've put up on there, and the least I've said hit that like button. And but it is what it is. But I did enjoy talking to you guys and telling you guys stories. So that's what the night stream is for, where it's not, I don't have to keep on doing that. Matt put Cooper on, but I heard someone recently was making fun of me for doing that. If you guys know who I'm talking about. Matt put Cooper on. He told me that there were no extra biscuits today. No, he's gonna get a lot of biscuits, man. Matt's gonna be hooking up Cooper with everything he wants. He won't even let me come near. Plus, he whooped my ass. Yeah, Batman, you are not brave. Not brave men. Brave men are brave. Sneha, I really don't have a favorite holiday. I just enjoy spending time with loved ones. Same here. But no, I do have favorite holidays. But those are the holidays where we do spend time with each other. So that's why it's my favorite. 3, I know way too much about my horse's tongue than I want to. There are cleanings to be done. I pay my vet extra for that. That's pretty gross to think about. Thanksgiving because of the food. Yeah, I love the food. I love turkey with mashed potatoes, the stuffing, spicy stuffing though, and then the gravy drizzled on top. Perfection. Mario, Mario what? No, Mario Brothers was good. That was a good game, but not my favorite. Because it was just so long. I like the quick games like Contra or Street Fighter. Street Fighter was awesome. Mortal Kombat was awesome. Hyper Death VR Hotel. What's up, Hyper Death? Welcome to the live stream. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. And where are you joining us from? Carvana. I'm from Missouri and a car gal. Not in the business, but I love Hondas, especially 90s. The car on my channel was a 1993 Honda Accord. Thanks for sharing that, and thanks for joining us. I know there's a lot of people that go on my live and that I didn't even know that they just like hanging out. They don't like interacting at all. They're just in the back, just lurking. They like listening. They like reading the chat. But some people just don't want to interact, which is cool, you know. I mean, to each his own. But I do like getting to know new people, which is why I always, or we all like to. You could see that everyone interacts and says hi to everyone, and we have like our own family over here, which is cool. But Missouri, I don't think I've met anyone from Missouri. And Hondas are reliable cars. I'd say, but in order of reliability, I'd say Toyotas, then I'd say Hondas. Mark, that's great that you take care of your horse, Smegma. Yeah, I try to hide someone of my real people in real life, and the function must be broke. At least let me time them out. What's your name? My name is Hardik. Hardik. That's my YouTube name. MSC wrote it out for you. But that's an actual name, an Indian name, but without the C in there. But we keep the C in there just to emphasize it. Ever ridden a dirt bike? If so, was it 2 or 4 stroke? I have driven a dirt bike, a small one like that when I was a kid, and it was I believe it was a 2 stroke. Varian hid names Hardik. His name is Hardik. Matt, did you figure out what happened today in your live? Yes, he did. I remember I messaged him. Mark was also on top of it. But yeah, I did message him and say it wasn't Nolan. I was hoping Nolan would come in here just so I could mess with him a little bit. Just be like, Nolan, what you did today was really unacceptable, and unfortunately, we have to take away your mod and hide you, and then just fuck around with him. But he didn't show up. And Matt, don't use that on him, all right? That's my material, all right? What's something that always calms you down? Going for a walk. Let's try to keep this PG. I'd say going for a walk, vaping, going to the backyard, just laying down over there, listening to the birds chirp, or if I'm having a stressful day at work, coming back home and just spending time with my kids definitely relaxes me. And Mark, I can make quick business out of that horse. If you had 1 extra hour every day, how would you use it? Definitely with my family. without a doubt. Matt, did you see the test where the shield disappears, Ahmad deletes their message? I tried that already. No, I'm joking. Let them look. Greetings from Reno, Nevada. TLX. What's up, TLX? Reno, Nevada. How far are you from Vegas? And welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you on. Please hit that like button if you haven't. We're almost at four. Oh, someone already did it. Thank you. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happening to you lately? Embarrassing? I can't think of something embarrassing that happened recently. Um, oh yeah, something embarrassing did happen. Where I said I thought one of the moms at my daughter's school when I was dropping her off to school, and she's like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hey," and she wasn't talking to me. She was talking to the person behind me, and then I was like, "Oh, hi, hi, nice, nice to see you." I tried to cover it up. But that was pretty embarrassing. What those wheels belong to? Which car? That's for my BMW 760i. Um, that's the winter tires. Sneha, hello, Elizabeth, where are you from? Carvana Goddess, how old are you? I am 46 years old, Carvana. How about yourself? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer because you take your time reading and chat is too fast for you either. Okay, fine, I'll underbelting you. Okay, fine, I'll speed it up, all right? I was just being lazy. I was trying to relax myself. Jeez. Hi, Sneha. I'm from Texas. Sneha, she's from my dreams. Matt Noah, yeah, I did the same. I did see the same part. And the fact he did not show up here has me thinking, what a weird situation. No, he didn't do it, man. You know he didn't do it. Hardik, we already figured out who it was. Carvana got Hardik is a sexy name. Thanks a lot, Carvana. Kyle, Dream Queen, Carvana, uh, Mark. I think Nolan did show up very early in the stream. Nice teeth. They are natural. Are they natural? They're absolutely natural, except for Akira. That's a crown. Yes, Connie. Yes, he's 5 minutes apart from recent comments because of all the comments. Read him in his comment. He said, she said, it was sent. What? HS, do you have a PO box? I don't. And I need to get one. MST. Duh. They are natural. That's not duh. I mean, a lot of people ask me that question. Um, but I did get braces twice. I got braces as an adult. When my daughter got it, I was like, you know what, I want to get it too. I want to fix my teeth. I was self-conscious of it, and I'm glad I did it. And I didn't want the Invisalign. I wanted the actual orthodontic braces that go on top of your teeth because it's just easier. 100%. But I'm glad that I did that. And if you guys do feel like doing it, if you're self-conscious about anything, I think you should absolutely do it. As long as it's not plastic surgery or whatever, unnecessary plastic surgery. But hey, whatever makes you happy is what I believe. Who is more powerful than Mr. Bean with Teddy Bear or Marvel Thor? Marvel Thor. Uh, um, let's just go to the next live. It's Mr. Bean. I liked his live and came back. Never underestimate Mr. Bean. I'm closer to Sacramento, California. Las Vegas is south near the LA. I am from San Francisco, California. Okay, got it. Nice. I am a year younger. Oh, you're 45. Well, today, for being lazy, I landed at a head inside my trash can and rolled down the hill like 4 feet head first, bro. Sorry, I didn't mean to rush you, bro. You are chill. It's chat is misusing chat like it's a face. No, but I like that though. I like them interacting amongst each other and chatting. Um, it, it it makes I like the community that we formed. And sometimes they're not even talking to me; they're talking to each other, and I like that. I don't always have to be involved in everything. I don't need everyone to talk to me and only me, or only address what I'm. Sometimes they just ignore me. Sometimes they're just here and I'm just the background white noise, and I don't mind it. I'm chill with it. Funky, Connie for sure. I asked because I didn't. I'd like to send you a birdhouse. I want to build a birdhouse, but unless you built it yourself, then I would appreciate it. But I don't want like something that you bought. I like things that handmade. Keeping chat going pushes out the algorithm. Absolutely, but I not even for that reason. I just like everyone feels like a family like that. You have nice skin tone. Thanks a lot, Carvana. Appreciate it. I eat microwaves. What's up? Yeah, I eat microwaves. Welcome to the live stream. Please hit that like button if you haven't. I see someone took it back, and that's all right. Carvana, you're sweet with those compliments. She is sweet with those compliments. Very nice of her. But in reality, Mr. Bean is mental Marvel Thor. There's also someone else who's really sweet, and it's Super Throat God. That's her name. She's hilarious because she comes on here and she has an attractive, really attractive picture, just like yourself, but she's blonde, blue eyes, and she comes on here and she just acts like like everything's fine, like we all don't are not like kind of like what super throat god and you're a female. Everyone thinks that she's a male, but I give her the benefit of the doubt, and it's also wishful thinking. That man glows Carvana. Funky thanks. What inspires you to keep going on difficult days? It's just a part of life. You just got to push through it. I mean, if you quit, you're a quitter, right? So you just got to keep on pushing. MST, yeah, I mean, we're gonna make it for you. I have like 10 in our yard. All right, you know what? I am gonna get a PO box. I'll do that, MST. But I do want to discuss something serious after this. Sneha Gardia, if you could leave one message for the future generations, what would it be? Respect your elders. What's something you wish more people understood? Kindness. I was wondering if my shield would disappear. No, it doesn't disappear. I'm sweet on hard dick. I eat microwaves. It did, but you're still blue ET. If you had a party in your mouth, who would come? Signed Kamran. Yeah, Kamran didn't show up tonight, man. Nice, you won. But yeah, I'll definitely get that PO box. It's about time that I do something like that. Yes, Connie, MST, Mark. All right, guys. So can I get serious over here? Because I really need your attention. We do have a lot of mods in here, and we have Trish here, which is perfect. All right, guys. As you know, we're like approaching that point where we have the subs, we have the hours, and the reason why I'm hesitant with because I know eventually we're going to get to that point where we can get monetized, right? I look at you guys for input on this. So I want to know your honest opinion because I always said to you guys that I'm not planning on monetizing this channel. That's the way I would always say it, even on the live streams. I'd be like, hit that like button. This is not a monetized channel. I'm not asking you for money or anything, but just hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. And now we're approaching that point where, I guess I wanted to see how fast we could get there, where we could check those boxes and say, hey, listen, we did it in this amount of time. It just feels good that you were able to accomplish it. I don't want any donations from you guys. I don't, you guys know that and I'm not bragging when I say this, but I'm very comfortable with, with what I've built and what I have right now. Um, but a little part of me is thinking, hey, listen, is it possible to do it and help someone out, help people out? And if we do help people out, obviously, I want it to go to a good cause. But I also think that's a double-edged sword because if you do that, you're always going to have people say like, yeah, right, you're not helping people out, you're taking all that money. So I wanted to pick your brain and hear what you guys have to say. Do I monetize and do it, or just leave it unmonetized and not do it? But either way, I never want you guys to ever think that you ever. I don't want you guys donating to me. Period. I don't need it. If we did do it, but I would want to hear that we have a good cause for it, where we can help, people out somewhere or someone that's in need. But I want to bounce ideas off of you guys. So tell me what you guys think. Um, Mark says no. I don't know if he's saying no to the question or what. What I wish I could leave for generations is target off their phones. Let's see. LOL. Parmanand Maharaj. That's weird that you're holding up ears like that, Maharaj. G Rip. Please, guys, pray for his soul. Please, he is a very good person. Pray. I'm crying right now, guys. He is the biggest alive God on our planet. All right, I'll pray for your friend Brahmanand Maharaj Ji. May he get better. We're praying for him, right? Sneha, if you could swap lives with cartoon characters for a day, who would it be? Let's say Bugs Bunny. Yeah. Sneha, Johnny Bravo. If you were a potato, how would you like to be cooked? By the way, sorry for the question. No, it's all good, Sneha. I know you like to ask questions, and it's funny questions sometimes. Um, I guess really soft, like French fry soft. I was thinking maybe donate it to a good cause. That could be part of your content. Sneha just replant me. I just have a lot of seed. All right, so Connie, I want to write this down. This is important, guys. So can you guys give me your input? You guys are all on here, including Trish, including Mark, including Kyle. I have Elizabeth. Connie is the only one that has replied. So can you please let me just make sure I do have it on. I do have all messages. Connie says yes for good cause. Yes, good cause. But then we have to at some point have another stream where we brainstorm and figure out what good cause. Sneha just replant me. I think donating is nice idea. I eat microwaves, says another one. I eat microwaves. Yes, donate. As far as donate, trust but verify. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I want it to be something that we all kind of brainstorm. We figure out who and or an organization. I think I would like to pick people. Like, let's just say you guys come across your doom scrolling and you find someone that's in need, and then we go, yeah, that's a real person, you know, and then we drop it there. We as a community could choose from a list of possible people to donate to. Yeah, but the only thing is that I know the something that I foresee happening is someone goes, yeah, let's donate here or let's donate here, and then we're like, no, we don't know if this is legit, and the other person's like, yeah, this person is legit, and I don't want any of that conflict, so we have to figure that out. But at first, I want to know whether you guys agree with moving forward with that or not. So and so far, I'm writing all down. I have Connie, I eat microwaves, and I also have uh, Trish responding with yes with the donations, with donating to a good cause. If you monetize and donate internally, I'll be I'd be cool. But outside causes are debatable in an individual. Yeah, but now give me an example, Mark. When you say internally, like what to whom? Um, like who do you think that we know we know our mods really well, right? Obviously we're not going to donate to like new people, like let's just say someone, by the way, I'm in New York State, by the way, TLX. um, we're not going to be able to verify, when they're actually in need, right? With our mods, if you think of our mods, I do know off the top of my head who I would want to help out. um, I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to insult them or anything, but I know that they're in hard times, just by what they're going through. Um, so Mark is saying yes. Kyle, so the question is, we're approaching the point where this channel can be monetized. I've always said that I'm not going to monetize the channel, and the reason I've always said that is because I honestly don't need it, right? And I'm not saying that in a bragging way. You guys pretty much know what I do and all that stuff. And like, I don't need funds, but uh, I guess it was a race kind of to see whether I could check that box and if how fast I would get there, or we would get there. And we got there like in record time. We moved really fast. Like from right now, if you guys could get the watch hours up, that would greatly help. Like just have it running. You go to my playlist and then have that running in the background unattended. You don't have to listen to it or whatever, but we get more watch hours with that. But my point is that I know that I didn't build this channel on my own. I cannot take credit for this. This was all you guys as well. You guys, a lot of you have been there since the very beginning. Trish in specific was on my very first walking stream. Um, but a lot of you guys have been there in the fairly very beginning. So what I'm getting at is that if we do monetize, I wanted to get your input on should we monetize it or should we not. I don't need the funds, but if we do monetize, I want to put it towards a good cause. But I want to pick your guys' brain as to how we should do that and whether we should monetize, number one, and so that's a yes or no question. Two, and that's going to create issues because I know I'm going to get hate where, yeah, he says he's going to donate, and even though I am donating and I show you fully, I'm very transparent about everything as to what I'm donating. I know there's still going to be other channels in specific, one in specific that I know of, that will be, saying shit behind my back, saying that, yeah, right, you're sending it or whatever. I foresee that happening, but that's going to happen no matter where you go. So one, the question is, should we monetize? Two, um, just answer that question first, and then we can discuss like as to how. So Mark said yes, but just internally though. Internally. But I forget. Yeah, the taxes have to be deducted. Like I'm not going to be paying the taxes for that. I go with your decision, Kapil. Okay, so I would go with the donation route. I would be a list of your choosing. It would be a list of your choosing. You should pay your mods for being so loyal, like Mafia Family. LOL. Totally just joking. No, I know you're joking, bro. What's your most useless superpower? I can shoot a fly in the air with a rubber band, or even a stationary fly. It would be your money to donate as you see fit. No, but I think that I would want to pick your guy's brain, like, well, Mark is saying do it internally, and I kind of like that idea also, so I don't know, like, but so far I'm getting everyone is saying okay to monetize. Like, I just didn't want to be one of those hypocrites because I did say I was not going to monetize this channel. So lifting things with my boner. Everyone's done that when they were younger, right? Where you see if you could lift it with a blanket. I can sneeze and toot at the same time. Useless superpower. If your pet had a job, what would it be? Um, to clean up after, no, to clean up after himself and not to leave water drops. Like, when my dog would drink water, he'd always leave a trail of water because it'd be dribbling from his mouth. Cactus Talker broke mods. We have some funny people on here, man. Not really. It was a joke. Kyle, you say some funny shit too, man. I don't know where that came from. Donate to the homeless addicts. I've been sober 17 years, but it was because of programs that didn't charge me. Yeah, but I don't know what would be real and fake, TLX. Sometimes you have homeless addicts that we don't know whether um, we're enabling them, so that's tough for me. Trish, my tablet has been running your playlist since we had the watch hours count. Thanks a lot, Trish. I knew it would be. I know when you say something, you actually do it. So I really appreciate that. Guys, please get that playlist running in your background because based on what I'm getting over here, um, hang on, Bostonville would be a good resource. That's true. That would. If you could create a new holiday, what would people celebrate? That's a tough one, Sneha. Where do you get these questions from? ChatGPT? I don't know. That's a tough one. I got to think about that one, Sneha. That stumped me. HS, it's actually none of our business what you do with the monetization, but thanks for the transparency. Yeah, but I like I said, it's just hypocritical to do. What's one question you wish someone would ask you? Um, how was your day? I never respond to it. I could be having the shittiest day. I'll always be like, oh, it's going good. Did you have a good day? Yes, you had a good, how's your day going? I feel like those are such generic questions. And I'm one of those people that try to bypass it. And then I switch it over. I go, I'm good. How's your day? And then I allow them to talk. And I listen to them and I enjoy listening to their day. I'm more of a listener rather than a talker, even though it doesn't seem like that on here. But believe me, I'm not much of I'm not a social person in general, um, but I mean, I can socialize. It seems like I'm an extrovert, like when I'm working and stuff, and the people I come across, like especially in the IT field, but I'm an introvert. Trish, I don't want to tell you one way or another about actually monetizing your channel. I don't want to tell you one way or other about actually monetizing your channel. What's something you've never changed your mind about? My family values. I've never changed that, and nobody could change that. Um, Kyle, a blanket. I used to lift the math books in school to make my buddies laugh. Yo, check this out. Not to the person, to the organization. Yeah, but there's a lot of fake organizations out there. But Boston Bill is actually a good idea that Mark suggested. He does help rehab drug addicts, and also helps them find shelter and stuff. He was a drug addict himself. Sam Roy, YouTube can bring you additional income. Some vloggers make six figures. Just, yeah, this is never going to bring me that much income. This is never going to be a primary hustle. This is kind of just like a pastime, and just to catch up with the friends that we've made on here, but never as an income generator where it's going to be generating six figures. That I could guarantee you. That's when you can actually devote your entire life. I have a day job, that takes up majority of my time. I have three kids as well, so I can never dedicate all my time on this. I can only do what I'm doing right now is also like the most I could absolutely do, where I do one stream right after work, and I do one stream before bed. And it's never really before bed because I end up uh, uh, watching other lives for a little bit. Om Singh in the house. Om, you joined way too late, brother. Where you been, man? Funky K, hey Om. Donations can be made to foreskin restoration. Hi Om Singh. You could of cook a bunch of food and then donate it to the homeless. I would not be cooking, that's for sure. All holidays are good. We get free on that day. Okay, we get free on that day. St. Anthony's Foundation, San Fran. So you know a lot of them, TLX. Mark, you missed it. Shares Barber also performs. Yeah, dude, that was the funniest shit, man. So Cher is having his live stream, and he goes, he's waiting for his barber to finish up with another customer, and he's talking to us, and he goes, "This is my barber over here, but he's not that hygienic." He goes, "But he cuts really well." And he goes, and so we're just chatting with him, and he goes, and he does circumcisions. No, he circumcises, and I'm like, what? And then so I'm like, huh? Like I'm like, what do you mean he circumcises? Like he performs circumcisions, and he goes, yes, he performs circumcisions. So he's a barber that cuts hair, and he also does the circumcisions for all the young males in Pakistan. That was freaking crazy, man. Joke, why don't skeletons fight with each other? Because they don't have the guts. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Om. We were just getting a consensus from the mods that have helped build this channel. We're approaching the point where we can monetize this channel. We have the subs. We almost have the watch hours. Some of these, by the way, Om, if you have a PC or anything that you could run in the background to click on that playlist. But I was talking about how I don't need the funds if we do decide to go the monetization route. But if we do that route, like I'd be willing to donate to a good cause if you guys think that's a good idea. So the majority consensus was do it and donate. I eat microwaves. Who's your favorite? My Little Pony character. I never watched it. But I saw monetization all the way. This world is messed up. Supplement income from Google. Heck yeah. Uh, Wait, hang on. I say monetization all the way. If HS quit YouTube, I'd actually physically be sad. I would be sad too, like I mean, it would take a lot. It would take something really bad to happen. Um, you know, we have such good people here, and I feel like I get attached, which is what keeps me coming on here. And some of you I know are missing at times. Like I know Om is busy at times. I know MST is busy at times. I know Mark just randomly disappeared, randomly. Funky, sometimes you're out. Trish, you're lurking, but sometimes you're not there. Elizabeth, I could go through a list of you, where times you guys need time off. You're busy doing other things as well. But then again, I do get attached at times, and like something happened today on Matt's stream where somebody was angry at me because of the falling out between Tag and I, right? Um, and they were siding with him or whatever, and basically said he was upset. That person said that they were upset with me. I have no idea why. I've never said anything derogatory of him at all. I just said that he was disrespectful to me, and that was the reason. And other than that, but on the other side, he has said a lot of bad shit about me, which was uncalled for. But it was sad to see that that person was upset. When they were part of my very first live stream. Trish, I think you know who I'm referring to. But it happens. You can't have everyone like you on YouTube. This drama, it seems to come with the territory. As you know, I avoid the drama by just nixing it, by just eliminating people. I just don't discuss them again. They just vanish. And that's what I do in the real world as well. If HS, okay, Trish, it's just that. By the way, I'm going to be ending the live soon, guys, because this went on longer than I thought, and I wanted to go chill for a bit with my daughter, since she's on summer vacation. Trish, it's just that it's such a personal thing regarding monetization. I can, with drama, favoritism, maybe make more of a headache of trying to verifying good causes. That's why I don't want to say. No, I get it. So you want to kind of remain neutral, just so that makes sense. Connie's laughing. Om saying, I messed up my back, especially rhombus area, by sitting in an awkward position in a chair for hours, not doing stretching exercises and playing sports again regularly, and that's why I got it, man. Yeah, dude, you gotta get back in shape, bro. I mean, you gotta do those stretches. YouTube has a lot of information as to what you can do, but yeah, that sucks, man. Back pain is no joke. Dude probably cuts the hair of the boys he circumcised. First cuts the hair and then does the circumcision, or vice versa. Trish, you make a good point, but I think that this is just a toe in the water query. More discussions will. Yeah, exactly. Connie said that makes a good haircut for those boys to take up a wasabi cut at birth. Age security is growing quick. Yeah, legendary. We this channel, with you, along with you guys, man. I could have done this on my own. There's no possible way, man. Everyone was pivotal in this whole journey. Um, you can go back to my first lives where you're just like, what the hell, man? This guy was a weirdo. You could see that I was just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I had to shorten those lives because nobody would chat with me. Who said a lot of bad shit? You know who I'm talking about, legendary. There was some stuff said about me that I didn't appreciate too much, and I've never once said anything, but I've always been kind to everyone I've come across, and I did not expect that of that person, and it ended. Be deported immediately. You need to be deported immediately. All right, Rager. I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born here, brother. Christian is friendly, scary profile picture, but cute face, and I like the bike. Thanks a lot, Christian. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Is the profile picture too intimidating? I feel it like that's my spirit animal, you know? Like when I'm determined to do something, that's kind of like what I imagine, like I'm focused, I'm driven, and determined. So that's what keeps me going. Like when I'm on a mission. But you guys tell me. I was laughing at the barber of Seville. I will go with the flow team player. What does his name start with? T. The same as yours, my friend, but it's not you. I'll be truthful. I cussed before. Um, I mean, I think everyone's cussed, Christian. I mean, I think you could forgive yourself for that. Legendary. Diwali is cool festival as you get to use fireworks and get sweets. Yeah, Diwali is a fun holiday. It's not my favorite holiday, but it's a fun holiday. But there's certain mithais I like. The diamond one, Kaju Katlis. I also curate my feed online or anywhere to avoid unwanted trauma. I already have a lot of things to deal with. The last thing I want is to feel bad for something I can exactly. But that's what happens to me at times where I'm stuck in those positions where you feel bad about something and you have to tell yourself like that's why I walked away from that. I was like, you know what, I felt bad about something and I was just like, you know what, if I don't end it now, I'm setting myself up, um, and that was that. Tell us about the bike, please. Are you Indian Jeff Goldblum called? He wants his face back. Should I use Moroccan oil to lube up? Is tea tree oil good as mouthwash? When does the live start? Do you like strawberries? Yes, I do like strawberries, but you got to be careful with those because that has the highest pesticide that's remnants still in there or residual in there. Don't forget the bidet mark. I don't think he forgot it. Did he? Oh yeah, he did forget the bidet. How could you forget the bidet, bro? Good PSA, Mark. Audience, bro, do you know Telugu? No. मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी आता है, बोल सकता है, पर मैं सब समझता है. Legendary. If you guys want to know who helped H Security continue, it's Matt Noah. He's a great. He is the man. Matt Noah. Um, I mean, that guy really helped me out drastically. 100% legendary. Um, I can't, I always thank him. Like I mean, there's not a. Uh, he's the first person I think of when I first started live streaming, and he was just like, just jump on my live right now. Let's do a collab right now. And I was like, no, man, I'm nervous about it. And he's like, stop, stop it. Just don't give yourself time to think. Jump on my live right now. And then we jumped on that live together, and I was quiet, and he was filling in all those gaps for me, and I was, asking me questions to make me a little more comfortable. And anytime I got weird and like I didn't know what to say, he was just like, he was just awesome. For anyone who just starts live streaming or is interested in it, I'm a big I advise everyone at one point in your life you should live stream. You should try live streaming. It helped me in so many ways. I was depressed before this. Helps with your socialization, helps with depression, uh, helps with your memory because you got to remember so much about everyone. So many pros. The only con is the trolls and the people that you meet along the way sometimes are negative people, but there's more positive than negative. Yeah, Mark, don't forget to mention where's the feet on the storm. I water pick my teeth with my bidet stream. I am not truly a social bird, so I zip past holiday without much notice. Yeah, but dude, holidays are special occasions, man. I think when you get older, you start realizing that these holidays are a reason to gather, and we have to be social creatures at times, and those are the specific occasions like Diwali, Holi, like, or these things are reasons to get your family together or your friends together. Nothing but respect for Matt. Absolutely, man. Kyle, do you use Palm? And Matt's like the one person like that I could discuss things with, and usually I'm so private with things where my feelings I never discuss it. But Matt discusses. He doesn't lie about shit. Matt just puts everything on the table. If you watch his live streams, he'll talk about his drug addictions or anything, and you can ask him anything. It's just there for you, and I like people who have no no filter in that sense. Like they don't fear the truth. Like they don't fear anyone to have to lie. That's the way everyone should be. Like there is no reason to lie unless you're afraid of someone. Kyle, do you use Parmesan grater on your foot corns too? What's the last food you ate? I had, what did I have? Dal and rice. My mom made some food, some Indian food, and I ate that. I most definitely use a cheese grater. Some of the trolls are good people. Yeah, well, sometimes the trolls turn into good people. If you were a millionaire, how would you spend your money before you die? That is a good question, but I'm going to save that for the next one. If you were a millionaire, but a millionaire is not a big deal nowadays. I think it would be billionaire. If you were a millionaire, how would you spend your money before you die? How would you spend before you die? MST. Thanks for that question, MST. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to post it on the next one. Goes good on pizza. Connie, I'm a troll. I'm a troll until I find good-humored people. Yeah, I can imagine Mark doing that. That's why I was just like, dude, when you got into that verbal altercation the other day or a week ago, and I watched it, it was fucking hilarious, man. And what happened on the aftermath, like the victimization, the self-victimization was even more hilarious. Uh, it went from everything from religion to age to it was just anything, grabbing at anything. Kyle, what's your name? Joseph, I have mild to moderate autism. Was bullied here because of that. I got ego and adopted the existential philosophy because of it. Well, Joseph, you're at the right place, man. We have a lot of people who are on the spectrum over here. I mean, it's not always detectable, but quite a few of us are on there. So welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you on here. And where are you joining us from? I am going to speed read because I have to end this live stream so I can go hang out. It's Kyle at the Shoe Fits, Samara. Thank goodness I ate already my pizza. Funky Oso, you're Kyle. That's me. I'm going to head out now. HS, have a good night, man. Legendary, always good to see you, brother. Thanks for hopping in. And I will catch you on the next one, hopefully. Mark, take care. Kyle, this is something special. Kyle, Trish, I'm a kid, young and adults. You're an adult. Kyle, ditto. Guys, I know I didn't catch all of you. I'll try to get all of you. Joseph, Kapil, MST, Trish, I already said, Microwaves, Connie, Elizabeth, all of you guys. Carvana, wait, hang on, I gotta get my Indian friend over here, Christian. Where is she? Rager. Oh man, I haven't seen her message. Is it Sneha? Sneha, there we go, Sneha. I just want to make sure. Sneha, all of you guys, have a great night and love and respect. I will catch you tomorrow after work. Have a good night. Appreciate you all being here.